What's up, everybody? I got a full panel of beautiful ladies for y'all tonight. Let's get it. And we are live. School is now in session, guys. Welcome to the Purple Pill Podcast, episode 87 tonight. The #1 show in the world for dating, right here out of Dallas, Texas. Please make sure to like the video on y'all's way in. Please hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that notification bell as well so you can see every time we got a live show coming up. Follow us on the podcast Instagram as well, and you can go add these beautiful ladies. I got them all tagged right now in the story, so go add them up since they drove all the way out here. If you want to watch us live, you can now do that on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Rumble, and YouTube all at the same time. And if you want to show support, you can do that by hitting the join button right under the video right now, or you can also send in a super chat if you have any questions for the ladies tonight. If you want to get some emojis for show, you can also get that by hitting that join button. You can listen to us on all the audio platforms as well by going to Spotify or Apple Podcasts or any of the other ones. And please make sure to go to the Instagram so we can add all these people. Shout out to my guests tonight. We got Johnny in the house.
What's up, guys?
He's been a big asset to the team lately, guys, and he's also going to be helping the podcast out a lot. And y'all will see over time. He has a lot of value for the channel and the ladies and just everybody else around. So, yeah, shout out to you for coming on, bro.
Thanks for having me, Sergio.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Shout out to my producer, Donnie, tonight.
Yep.
And then we also got Bassett in the house, man, the greatest recruiter in DFW, of course. And the greatest mediator as well, got to say. What a badass. But no, ladies, to start off, we always like to go in with just your name, your age, your education level, what you do for work, and what's your relationship status. We'll start on the side of the table with the people that haven't been here before. Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, all right. So my name is Jabare, but I go by Perry for you English speakers over there. I know you can't say it. That's okay. It's okay. I'm 28. I know I'm old AF. Yeah, I'm about to hit that wall. I'm excited. I'm ready for my cougar era. Yes, that's right. I'm that one. Mm-hmm.
At least you're proud of it.
Funny as hell.
Nice. And education, I'm about to go back to school. Took a forever break. I'm a fashion designer, so the school I'm going to is Accademia dell'Uso in Milano, Italy. Or Italia. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's me.
Yeah, that's not very Italian of you.
I'm French, so...
That's what I was about to ask next. Your name is French?
Yes.
That's really cool. So why'd you come here?
I mean, I was born here, so...
But your family is, like, pretty French, though? Like, are they first generation immigrants?
Like, my mom... No, she's not. She's, like, second or third. I'm over here like, oh, so... I know it because of all the old people. That's what's up.
So, like, but some of your family does know French, though.
Yeah, definitely.
That's kind of cool.
Definitely.
I mean, I feel like most people that come here from Europe, like, they don't have German or Italian or any of those things, you know.
Be careful with that.
Not all of them?
No, not all of them.
It definitely just depends. No, but what about you?
Relationship status.
Oh, yeah, relationship status.
I forgot about my relationship status. I'm single. I'm single as a Pringle. Yeah.
Single as a Pringle. Wait. There's a few different kinds of single. Which kind of single is it? Is it like single, or is it like single?
Single.
Like fully single. You're not having sex with anybody right now?
No.
But I mean, you just looked away though, and like did like the whole thing, like.
Yeah. We'll talk more about that later.
Okay, so she's single, guys, not the double one, just the single. Okay, but what about for you? What's your name, your age, your education level, what you do for work, and your relationship status?
My name is Alyssa.
Talking to the mic if you can.
Okay.
Yeah, soft voice.
All right, my name is Alyssa. I'm 28 years old. I have a high school education, and I am a commercial model and actress. And also, that's it.
Relationship status?
Relationship status, I am married.
She's married. Okay. Gosh, she's taking. Don't slide into the DMs.
How long?
A little over 2 years.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats. What about you? Same question.
As soon as I take a drink. My name is Cammie.
Talk closer too. You got soft voice. Are y'all sisters?
I get a lot.
Yeah, we do get that.
Y'all. I mean, you talk soft.
No, they're not sisters. God, I see that happen all the time. Just like, hey, y'all are hot. Are y'all sisters? Because they're cute and they're blonde. I'm sorry to tell you, they are not sisters, but in spirit, yes.
Yes.
And I'm adopted.
They're sisters.
I thought y'all were twins.
Yes, yeah, exactly. That's what I thought as well. You know, just like the resemblance is astounding.
All right.
Yeah, but what about you?
So yeah, I am 24 years old. My name is Cami. It looks like Kanye, but it's not.
Talk a little closer if you can.
And I'm a model. I do more high fashion modeling, and I'm single.
Oh.
Single.
Okay, she's single, guys. That's. I mean, now you're gonna get all the DMs because you said that, though. That's ridiculous. You gotta be careful. What about you? Thank you so much for coming back. Name, age, you know the gist. I don't
Why,
know.
why isn't Johnny answering the question?
He's gonna go last. He's our special guest. Special guests go last every time.
My name is Audrey. I also have a high school education. I work for a chiropractor outside of Dallas, and I model part-time also. I don't do high fashion because I'm too short. So,
Really?
yeah, so... Yeah.
And who else in the level car say yeah? What's your relationship status?
I'm married.
She's married, guys. Don't slide in DMs. What about you?
My name is Sage. I'm 36, older than all y'all, and I am in my cougar era.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a thing. So I'm currently the business manager for production studio. I've recently switched careers from being in the financial industry. I was a financial advisor.
Nice. How do you like the video stuff? It's way better.
It's definitely better. It's fun. You know, I get to express my creativity. You know,
Yeah.
I like it.
You get to be yourself.
Like,
Relationship status?
I'll be divorced on September the 3rd. It's been going on for 2 years. And I am fucking somebody.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. So she's not. So yeah, she's divorced, but she's not single. So yeah, guys, don't slide in.
Kind of.
Well, she's not divorced yet. If you didn't catch that, she's
Oh,
still
yeah,
not
yeah,
September
not
the
worse.
3rd.
I mean,
September the 3rd.
that's
Thank
wrong.
you.
It's around the
That's
corner.
wrong.
I mean,
having a party.
Time to start
That's.
showing
Oh, you're gonna have
Cheating on her
a
husband.
divorce
A
party?
huge one.
Yeah.
Fucking huge one.
I hope you get fun. Ooh,
Dicks everywhere.
So much fun.
No one
so
catch
much
that?
Fun.
You're currently married,
I am currently married.
and you're fucking someone else.
yeah,
No,
I've been
she's-
separated from my husband for 2 years.
Didn't
Oh,
even
alright.
hit the 10
Never
minute
mind.
There's a whole
mark.
thing.
Like the
Did
paperwork
we?
shit. It's just paperwork now.
It's
I
just
don't,
paperwork.
I don't
Gotcha.
think we hit the 10-minute mark. Oops.
Yeah. Oh, did somebody do it? I didn't do it. Who did it? Did you do
I
it?
almost did it, but I didn't
Was
do
it me?
it.
I don't know. Maybe nobody did it. Okay, but here.
Nobody
don't
did
know.
it.
But well, so tonight's show, guys,
I didn't
we're going to be talking about the difference between like a little. We're just going to talk a little bit about the difference between an entrepreneur and an entrepreneur, because obviously I'm sure y'all have dated a lot of guys out here, and some of them act like they're this big entrepreneur, like this really big hustler and stuff, and you find out he's just a entrepreneur. He wasn't really an entrepreneur. So we're going to kind of like dive deep and like see if we can discover some more things about this. But I just want to ask y'all, what do y'all think is the difference between an entrepreneur and an entrepreneur? Like, what do you think is the difference between the two? If you saw a guy, like, how could you tell the difference that this guy's an entrepreneur, this guy's an entrepreneur? We'll start with you on this one.
Let's see. It's Perry. Hi, by the way. Yeah. So an entrepreneur is someone who has the dreams of a person with ambition, but has their anxiety in front of them. And despite their interest in what they want to pursue, they do not have the balls to actually physically make it reality.
Oh, they don't got the balls, man.
Yeah.
What do you think it is? What's the difference between an entrepreneur and an entrepreneur?
I mean, essentially what she just said, it's like there's some people who will try to go for something and they half-ass it into full ass it. I'm sorry. Like, no, but you know what I mean. That's not a bad word. The donkey. But you know what I'm saying. Like, for real. That is actually really what it is. Also, I don't know what it is, but you don't even need to learn that much about them. You can, like, smell them.
Yeah, that's true. We can smell 'em.
Y'all can like sense it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
I'm over
obvious.
here
I
like,
feel it.
I smell weakness.
The
Yeah,
vibe is
smell.
weakness.
Yeah.
The
Like
vibe
a
is a
shark
weak
in
man.
the water with
Uh-huh.
blood. I'm like,
Mhm.
somebody's insecure. I'm going to make them feel bad
Mhm.
about themselves and destroy their self-esteem.
So much
Because
fun.
I'm a jerk.
Oh wow, you're a character. That's what you are.
I am.
What about you? What do you think is the difference between an entrepreneur and an entrepreneur?
I was gonna say someone who tries way too hard with their image versus their
Mhm.
actions.
Mm.
So you can definitely tell just looking at them. Like, if
Ooh,
they
it tries
actually-
way too much on their image, not their actions. That's actually really good. Yeah, no, I agree. What do you think?
I keep forgetting that I'm next because there's like two people.
I actually forgot to. But after this, we're gonna do the instruction.
I think a wantrepreneur can be best described in the musical hit "No Scrubs" by TLC.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, like it's somebody who like it's a guy who like talks big. He's like the kind of guy who, like, when he puts on a suit, he takes a selfie in the mirror and like puts some kind of fucking stupid quote under it, like business booming. And then an entrepreneur.
So accurate. Thank you for that. You know, pointing at
Totally
me.
accurate.
Thank you.
And then an entrepreneur is somebody who, like, they do it. They're not flashing their shit on Instagram. They're not like tryhards. Basically, they're getting shit done.
Yeah. Put an action to it. What do you think?
So, a couple years ago, I dated somebody a little bit older than me, and I think I learned, via dating him, that men that are show offy, like peacocks, you know what I mean? They're like, hey, look at me, like my feathers are out, like look at this shit. Entrepreneurs, and then the quiet, like decisive type, like they get shit done and make shit happen.
So the flash, I feel y'all kind of said like the flash thing. I got to kind of ask then,
Yeah.
like, when it comes to guys that y'all like to date, is there like a certain style that you like? Do you like the guy that's super low key and just not out there? Or do you like the guy that's kind of more out there, like has big friend groups, like maybe has a bigger Instagram and stuff? Like, if y'all had to choose between the two, like which one would it be more?
I mean, people can say that they know a lot of people just in general, but to actually have a circle of genuine friends that like you would hide a dead body with, it's totally different. So I'm over here like it's one thing people know you by your name. It's totally different. Everybody's living with a brand. We live with Instagram, social media. It's understandable, but those people that know that you're up to something, it's going to be totally different. So you could know 500 people in the room and only like really like pull some Julius Caesar type of stuff. I'm really trying to censor myself. Like, it's like 3 people in that room, and that's okay. It really depends. Like, you have those down bad people for you. So like I'm over here like that doesn't really matter.
I was just kind of confused because like I was wondering, like, do you want like a super flashy guy or you want a super inside guy? That's what I was kind of wondering about. Because y'all were saying like some entrepreneurs are super flashy. I'm just wondering like what type of guys do y'all like?
So with flashy, like materialistic flashiness, I'm not a fan of it. Like, especially as a designer, I'm not impressed by your ready to wear like 2003 Gucci you bought. Like, okay, we get it. You afforded it at a time, but it's worn down to the point to where it's falling apart. That right there shows me that you don't really have anything, so you're financially irresponsible, because like women that pay attention to detail. So a fashion designer, you're screwed with me. I'm over here like, I know about you. I know about you more than you know about yourself. It's creepy.
Oh, really? What about you? Do you want like a more flashy like guy, or do you want a guy that completely holds back and he's like more secluded than anything?
Definitely the second one. Definitely more secluded and held back. I don't know. Just, it's like everyone I've ever, you know what I mean?
That's how you've always dated people? What do you think?
Is that your husband? Wait, is that your husband?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's pretty much like low key.
Yeah.
Cool.
Definitely.
How many Instagram followers does he have?
Wait.
Under 1,000, definitely.
Okay. Yeah, he's normal. Pretty normal.
It's congruent.
What do you think?
Yeah, so for me,
Yeah, you got to talk directly into it also.
yeah. For me, I definitely want someone who has a circle, who is connected and knows how to make connections and everything. But I also want someone who is humble. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So like he needs to be out there, but just not too much. Yeah,
there has to be a balance.
That's good actually. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that there's a balance. I don't, think it needs to be one way or the other entirely. I think it's, if a guy's wearing basketball shorts, just, from Target, but he has a nice pair of shoes on, like, I'll notice stuff like that. You can tell a lot.
What about some jean shorts from the 90s?
No. You can tell a lot by a person by their shoes. I think.
Well, you're one of those people. I agree actually with that. No, I really do, because you can have just such a basic outfit on, like white tee, but if you got some nice shoes with it, it just hits. Yeah. What about you? Do you think that you like one more than the other?
I mean, yeah, I'm in agreement with everybody else. I don't want somebody that's just out there, and I think that if somebody gets along with everybody, there's something wrong with them and they're fake. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not with that. Like, I don't want that shit in my life. But it is also good to network and know people. Like, we all need to know people. I mean, have a connection like everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just in case.
No, I gotta introduce you really quick, bro. I keep forgetting. Everybody, please go check out my boy Johnny. I forgot like 2 times to say this, but go ahead and shout out your Instagram real quick so they can go find you.
Yeah,
there.
guys,
and
find
tell
me.
them like what you do for work so then people
got
can
you.
hit you up.
I got you guys. My name's Johnny T. I'm a media marketing and sales consultant in Dallas, Texas. You guys can find me at Gotta See Johnny on Instagram. GOTTASEEJONNY, baby.
Yep.
Y'all, I'm 24 and I'm single, so hit me up.
Yeah, ladies, hit them up. But also, ladies, I want to know, you know, when it comes to like a guy that you're looking for, do you want a guy that is, say, if you had to choose between a guy that was really good at just 1 or 2 skills, or he's good at like multiple skills, like he has like a lot of skills, but he's not the best at those ones, like either a guy that's super skilled at one thing or a guy that's, say, kind of good at 5 different things, or maybe really good at one, or like a guy that's good at really good at 3 different things, but then another guy that's really good at one thing but kind of good at 10 different things. Which, if you had to choose between those 2 different, a guy that's like really good at a few different things, 2 to 3 things, or a guy that is kind like only good at one thing, but then kind of good at 10 other things. So somebody that's more well-rounded, or somebody that's very direct and only good at a couple of things. If you had to choose somebody well-rounded or only good at 1 or 2 things.
With how I grew up, well-rounded in being an individual what was priority to not just me but my family. I'm a polyglot. I speak multiple languages, so it's like I'm over here like, why wouldn't I want somebody with the work ethic? It doesn't matter if it's one specific thing. If you can talk to me in grand detail, even though I don't know what you're talking about, but you know exactly what you're saying to me, that is something that I celebrate and respect. And it's like, someone that can't teach a complete noob something, you don't know yourself yet. So
Yeah, I always say you don't know something well enough, you can't explain it simply.
yeah, and it's like when you don't know what you're doing, you do not know yourself, and that's a whole bunch of psychology baloney. And I am over here like, I'm gonna shrink. Go talk to somebody else, please.
Yeah. Do you want a guy that's really good at just a couple of things, or a guy that's really well-rounded and good at a lot of things?
So I would have to say, or said a couple of things, kind of actually marketable, like profitable, helpful things, or is it just kind of like BS?
Like say like no, like say like he's a plumber and he's a really good plumber. Like that's the only thing he ever got really good at, but he's fucking amazing at being a plumber. Like that guy versus a guy that's well-rounded and good at many different things.
Well, you can make a lot of money at being a plumber.
Yeah.
And I'm good at marketing, so there you go.
So yeah, so it might be better to have the guy with the one skill. What do you think?
So for me, I mean, it just depends
Talk closer.
on the person themselves and their passion, because we all have a purpose here. And I feel like when you find like your purpose, when you find that one thing that you want to focus on and get really good at it, that's how people make it.
Yeah.
So, but also with having a whole bunch of other skills and being able to do all those other things, you can build off that. So it really just depends on the person and their ethic and everything.
Okay. No. What do you think? If you had to choose the guy that was really good at, you know, a couple of things, or just kind of good at a lot of things.
So I don't want somebody that's like good at everything, because that would piss me off.
Trying to tell you how to cook.
Yeah, like, no, stay in your fucking lane. Like, you know, I want to be, and like, I wouldn't mind being able to like teach, you know, people some shit about, you know, Pokemon or whatever. But, you know, like, my husband is an accountant and he's like amazing at numbers, and like, he's like a robot. I can't even think about math and my brain dies. So I like that he's really good at that. It's kind of a turn on. Or if they're like good at a sport, like that's,
Oh
you
yeah,
know, like,
if he's
stuff
the
like
best
that.
at something,
And
you know.
yeah, he's good at basketball, and he's like the best accountant ever. So like those are good things. But like he can't swim. So
Not very multi-skilled there, but
yeah, so there's balance.
no, I gotta ask. Is it? We'll ask around the table just really quick, just a little side talk question. Is it unattractive, ladies, if a guy can't swim? Here, ask you.
I mean, clearly it didn't bother.
Yeah,
me
obviously it
very
bothered you.
much,
But what other ladies? If you saw your guy just sitting there flapping in the water, he couldn't swim one time, like how would you
I
feel?
would be embarrassed.
You'd be-
How
would
are
I
you
don't know
supposed to
him.
save us?
How-
Like,
yeah,
yeah,
so-
how
so-
are you supposed to
No,
save
how
us?
would you feel?
100%.
Bro, you don't know how many guys I know that can't swim, bro.
A
That's
lot of
fucked.
guys
Sorry,
can't
saying
swim.
I'm like,
Oh,
if I can even
weird.
beat you, and I'm a fast swimmer, if I can beat you, that's also automatic ick.
Dude, my
Sorry.
sisters used to kick my ass in swimming. I hated it every time they beat me on laps.
with me, that day, if you don't know how to swim, you gonna learn, baby. I'm over here like, hey, you're flopping right there. Like,
you need to be the type that you can learn quick.
What does not kill you makes you stronger.
That's actually like a good thing to kind of spin it all. Wait, well, first, like, answer that last question though. Would you rather have the guy with like, he's kind of good at a lot of things, or just really good at one or two things?
Definitely really good at one or two things. I kind of want like an idiot savant like type situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that's super fucking hot. You know, like I really do. I'm super attracted to that. I'll just be like, oh my god, you're so fucking sexy right now while you're doing that. Do it again. Do it again. You know?
Like, so that's so funny that you said savant.
Why?
I don't know, because we've talked before in the past and stuff, so it's just funny. Like, I've hung out with her a couple guys times, so it's kind of funny just hearing like other stuff. Would y'all, if y'all had to like choose between like a guy that you know, plays sports, or like a guy that like goes to the gym all the time, like a guy that has like a hobby and he's like always doing hobby stuff, or a guy that's always playing like team sports, like you know, because usually there's guys in high school that do a lot of team stuff, and then there's like guys that do like random like weird hobbies and stuff.
Baseball
like
players.
Yeah, so like which type of guys do y'all like to choose though? Like the guys that want to be the best on the team and stuff like that, or the guys that end up doing like weird offshoot hobbies, video games and weird shit like that? Because usually two distinct types of men.
I mean, I myself personally am an overachiever. So someone who's also an overachiever, even if it is something that they pursue casually, it doesn't matter if it's a sport or a hobby, as long as they are the best at it and it is like a fact. Like,
yeah,
damn, that's good.
He might be the best anime drawer ever, but that's okay.
Yeah, like I'm over here. Like, if it's something that you can do and it is an undeniable talent, it is celebrated.
Okay. If there was a type of guy that you had to choose between, like, you know, the jocks, like the people who play sports in high school and stuff like that, and then like the other people on the opposite end of the spectrum, which would you like more, kind of?
Historically, definitely more the weirdos. I will say though, like, it has to be a weird interest that I also like or kind of relate to somewhat. Because if it's just if it's completely totally off for me, and I mean, it would take a lot though. I mean, she knows.
Yeah, I know.
What do you think if you had to choose between those two different types of guys?
So I definitely have more of a past with like athletes. So, but honestly, I don't really have any type of preference like that. It all depends on like the individual and everything.
Okay. What do you think?
I think that like athletes are hot. Like if they're good at a sport, like I'm not gonna lie, like they're alphas. They're I use the word. But I think it is cool. Like I said again, like if somebody's like really into something and I don't know anything about it and they can like teach me about it and tell me about it, I think that's really cool.
Is that hot?
It is. Am I not? Saying. What?
She was kind of saying it's hot when it's like that. Is that hot?
No.
So we can teach you about something?
Oh, yes. Sorry. I didn't know what was happening.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. She was reading a comment. She was saying no to the comment. What about you? Which one of those two guys would you like?
I have like a massive ick for people that play Call of Duty. I can't. I married somebody that yelled at my television for 2 fucking years.
That would be annoying.
Oh, that's a good one. Ladies, what's y'all's biggest ick? Like what, or name a couple. If you got like 2 or 3 like big icks, like what's one, you know, that like really gets, like when the guy bends over, you see his crack, like, or actually also like give me an ick and then tell me how many icks you can do before you're done with the guy.
Let me give you an ick. I have one right now.
Yeah, go
a
for
man
it.
that thinks he is in control and that he's an alpha male, but he's really a little bitch. Like,
why are you hitting me in the face today? What is this?
Because I just can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to listen to you. I'm not doing what you say. You are not the leader. I am. You know what I'm saying? Because I will run over a man if he'll let me. I mean, it's just period point blank. Like, it's, you know, because I've always, you know, taken care of myself, been independent, yada, yada, yada. And so, like, if you're a little bitch, but you think you're an alpha male, like, we have problems.
Ick.
Like, we have problems. Huge ick.
Super
you know what I mean?
ick. And how many icks does it take before you're done with a dude? Like, can you do like 2 or 3, or is it just one ick and you're like, I'm never talking to this dude again?
It just depends on the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I like really,
he's super high, 6'5".
If I already love somebody, like if I'm in a situation where I love somebody, unfortunately, I take too many icks. Okay, you know, and that's my problem. Like, I definitely need to correct that. You know.
What about you? Like, what's a really bad ick, and then how many icks does it take to get to the center of the
mine is much more insignificant. Like mine would be like the way somebody gets out of a car.
And his butt crack shows.
It doesn't even have to be like that. Like it's like, God, you look really stupid. Like, and it's like one, and that's it.
Yeah, it's funny. Like we explained this to guys before, guys. The ick can be that stupid, guys. The way you get out of the damn car. she's not gonna want to fuck you anymore because of how you got out of your damn car, bro. Has it been 10 minutes? Oh hell yeah. But yeah, what about you? What's like your biggest ick you'd say, and how many icks can you get before you're like done with somebody?
I would say
Talk a little closer.
whenever I do something that's like more masculine than the man, because I'm more feminine, so
Mhm.
I feel like, you know, in my instance, they need to step up and provide and take care.
It's like it's like when the bill comes out and he kind of just looks at you. You're just like,
Oh.
ick, ick.
Major ick.
It's just an instant ick.
Like, why are we even here?
Yeah, it's like you're not masculine. Or it's like the opening the door, like you walk, like he doesn't even get up to open the door, or he doesn't even like walk in front of you to do it.
I am weird about that. Yeah.
And then what about the sidewalk thing? Like, what if he's walking on the sidewalk with you? Do you make him put you on the way away from the street?
I don't do all that.
Okay, she don't get an ick from the sidewalk, guys. Put her next to traffic.
Yeah.
What about you though?
I would just generally say, like, whenever, okay, so if a guy ever asked to borrow money from me, disgusting, not even ick, disgusting, spitting you out of.
I think that if a guy does that, so like, and I'm saying this like out of experience, like talking to a lot of dudes, so like that. Most guys that do that shit, it's because like they really don't give a fuck, and it's a shit test to like see how much control they got over you. Because if you can get a girl to give you money, oh, you got so much power over
You're
her.
a
Like,
pimp.
I'm serious.
You're a
Yeah,
pimp.
yeah. You're basically a G.
You're a pimp.
And like, and it's very, and because most girls know damn well to never do something like that. So if you have a girl that does that for you, oh, she's so down for you. You could probably take advantage of her and do so much shit on top of that if she's willing to send you $10.
Yeah.
Seriously,
No,
it's messed up.
But don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it.
Don't do it, guys.
Don't do it. What about you though? What's like something that gives you the ick? And then like, how many icks does it take for you to just give up on someone?
I don't like someone who is rude to any type of service staff, like wait staff. Like, that's a very hard job, especially over here in America. And like, if you are not tipping at least fucking 30% when you're with me, I don't care if you're stingy when you're alone. That's one thing, all right? You gotta save money somehow, especially dealing with me. But like,
You're definitely not French fully.
I'm over here.
I'm just messing with you because French people don't tip over there, you know? It's like a whole thing.
Man, like,
Europe.
honest, that is such a conversation because, like, over there they have
pay the
an
people
hour.
good enough,
Yeah,
yeah.
they actually pay you. Over here, when I found out what that was, I'm like, that's a fucking joke.
And they also rush people off tables. I mean, you don't rush people off the tables literally here, but you kind of hope somebody gets up so you can get another table.
Yeah.
Whereas there, people sit for 3-4 hours at a lunch meeting.
I mean, the food culture is different, so don't rip into that just yet. All right, it's a totally different.
Have you gone to France a
vibe.
lot?
Yeah, a couple of times. And like, honestly, with that, when you have a meal, it's more than just that. You're sharing in it, not just an experience, but you're also creating memories. And something like, you don't say a business meeting and it's somebody you've done business with for 5 years. You take them somewhere fucking fancy and you are like, hey, I appreciate your business. This is a celebration towards you. This is on me, baby. Whatever you want, you know, and you treat them because customer loyalty really isn't a thing here.
Mhm.
But that's a whole other. I'm getting
Yeah.
sidetracked.
No, I want to know.
But,
What?
yeah, the major ick, somebody shit to service, somebody who is rude to animals. I do not tolerate that at all. If you're treating a little fucking cute ass foo-foo Pomeranian like it's garbage and you kick it, what are you going to do to me? Bitch, I'm out the fucking door. I'm going to take some of your money too on the way out.
Period.
But yeah.
I don't even
Jesus
care
Christ.
even if it doesn't have fur, like anything.
Yeah,
any
any-
living creature.
Anything. I don't give
no,
a fuck if you don't
that.
even fucking like it.
No,
I don't
it
care.
doesn't
I
matter.
don't care if
Do
it's
y'all
a
kill
fucking
flies?
snake.
Yeah.
Like,
Do y'all
I mean,
kill
flies-
oh, she is the fly slayer. She is the bug killer.
If it's in the house, look, you're either gonna escape before I get to you, or I'm getting you. You're dead.
Mhm.
Well,
period.
y'all are so biased. Y'all sit
Flies are
there
accepted. Those are
and say
insects.
all these other things are okay, but insects, no. Y'all must
No,
die.
I like
If
it.
you're
Like,
my
come on.
Yeah, where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line?
Okay, all right. So with women, the rule is like nature. That's one thing. Bugs are supposed to be in nature. But if it's
Just
inside
not in my
your
house.
fucking house that
Yeah.
you
Oh,
pay
yeah.
your mortgage or your rent on, bitch, you ain't living
But
here
like,
rent free.
okay.
Get the fuck out of our
What
alternative.
kind of bug?
What the
Like,
Any.
any,
Any
any
bug, yeah, probably.
Hey,
I say
Spiders?
spiders. I put them outside.
Yeah, I let spiders live. I like them. You
It's
know, my
like-
husband called me one time when I was at work in Frisco, and he called me to come kill a spider in the bathroom.
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
and
that's
I was
rare.
like, I didn't not like. Why did I marry you?
That's the ick I'm talking
Oh, wow.
about.
Why did I marry you? And he had
Yeah.
somebody come in our house that he didn't know. He like went outside and was like, hey, can you come kill the spider? And I was
Oh,
like, I
God.
hate you.
That's
All right,
embarrassing.
okay.
Yeah.
So
Wait, yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Once in my first apartment ever, there was a wolf spider, and that was the only time I had to wait. No, it wasn't a wolf spider. My bad. It was a brown recluse, and those are very poisonous.
Mm.
Yeah. And
Mm.
like I was over here like, what
He
the
could
fuck do
die.
I do? Like I called my mom and I'm like, I just moved in here. I ain't got shit with me to kill this thing. Is huge. It's in my bathroom.
Oh,
What
it definitely wasn't brown
gotta
recluse. It was
choose.
huge. Because brown
It
recluse for
was
this.
Girl,
not
I
brown
boiled
recluse.
2 pots of water.
You're a serial killer. Oh my God.
I threw it on that spider and it dead ass. It flipped over and I heard it scream.
Yeah.
And I was over here like,
Good.
are you fucking dead? And then I threw the second one on just for good measure.
This girl's
I'm
house.
watching the
Wait,
second one.
wait,
I'm
wait.
getting Norman Bates vibes.
She
That's
boiled 2
horrible.
balls. Just that backup.
Yeah, I
That's so
boiled
funny,
2
yeah.
pots of water.
Hold on.
I actually got chills right now.
Hold on.
Yo,
She basically
did
just
somebody
said
pat her down?
No, dude.
Bodied that motherfucker. Oh my God.
I'm John Wick in this bitch.
Literally.
Here, hold on, ladies. Y'all know why actually, like y'all are like so scared of spiders? Or if y'all ever like wondered, like, why am I as a woman just so scared of
afraid
like
of
bugs and
spiders.
stuff like that?
I mean,
Y'all
it's
ever
not
wondered?
just that; it's an intruder.
Or also
right?
like
I'm not
smells. Do
scared
y'all
to
ever
kill
feel like
them.
y'all are really good at smells? Like you can tell like rotten food really quick.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
like you can tell when there's a bad smell and stuff. So like these are all evolutionary adaptations that happened over hundreds of thousands of years. Because if y'all were super scared of bugs, y'all were really good at. Because think about it, we weren't living in nice houses for all of life. We were living out in the woods and shit like that. So y'all had to be super crazy about getting away from bug stuff to protect your babies and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like y'all had to make sure to be really, really crazy about bugs and stuff, and that's why y'all are so crazy about the same with smells. The reason why y'all are so y'all there's a lot of proof that shows women are way better at catching smells and stuff than men, and it's because y'all could tell if the food was rotten. Y'all could know like, oh shit, no, the family's not gonna eat this, or no, like like we can have this. Y'all are way better at accessing those type of things than we are as men. Way better. Like my girl smells crazy shit all the time. Like all the time. You know what? You get a little a hint of it whenever y'all get pregnant. You get those crazy smells and those crazy things that y'all want to crave and stuff. That's like a little hint of how strong y'all are sometimes whenever that comes. Let me keep up with the super chats. Let me see that 5 from Eric. Eric, $5, bro. Thank you. If you eat meat, the animal had to be killed. Get off your high horse. Ooh, yeah, ladies,
Fuck
y'all don't
off,
like
Eric.
these getting killed? No, but
Well,
y'all.
hopefully it didn't get boiled. I mean, while it was still alive.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like y'all, if y'all don't like things dying, then y'all should all become vegetarians then tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Basically am.
I've gone
After I
hunting.
just ate pepperoni pizza in the lobby, it's fine.
Yep, she already cheated then. Okay, so guys, I want to know, when it comes to short term like dating, like we're not talking about a guy that you want to get married to or anything like that. We're just talking about like short term stuff. I know that y'all are married. The 2 that are married can't really talk about this too much, but for the ones that aren't, if you just had to choose a guy just for short term stuff, it's not for anything long term. What's the stuff that you're looking for? Like what type of stats? Everyone's different. I know y'all look for different stuff. So if there's like he's smart, whatever it is, like just short term though, not for long term, because sometimes guys are looking to talk to girls and just to smash. Like it's not trying, like nobody's trying to. Today we live in a social culture where everybody's really cool with like we're not looking towards marriage and shit anymore. So let's not even think about long term. But what would y'all want in a short term guy? Just a fuck buddy kind of.
In general, it doesn't matter if it's long term or short term. If there is not a genuine chemistry, I will not be interested, and I will rip you the fuck apart. Like,
Can you
never
explain what
before.
chemistry is?
Chemistry is when you have like this, to you, an unnatural gravitation towards someone. You enjoy their company.
It's a vibe.
Yes.
It's not just a vibe, but it's like it's an atmosphere. Like you're over here, like you get lost in conversation and you're talking for hours and you're not even fucking naked. Like you're over here, like, damn, we're in this bar, it's about to close. We've been here for like 6 hours. What the fuck?
Yo, that's a
I
new one
like
though.
that.
Have you ever experienced that before?
Yes. God damn it, that's why I'm talking about it.
All right, so chemistry for short term, right?
Like either way,
It's a vibe. No, she just needs
Either
a vibe.
way,
Like, well, yeah, because
if it
obviously,
does
why would
not-
you not want to be with a guy long term if you can't have
if
like
it does
that vibe
not
going,
start
right?
with a vibe, it doesn't matter if it's going to be short term.
But can
It
you
doesn't
explain
matter
a
if it's
vibe?
going
See,
to be
this is what's weird though. Like I've had this. Like I asked this question a lot, and a
Right.
lot of the times women just say stuff like vibe or chemistry and stuff like that. It's like I'm asking because I really want like a physical answer. And don't get me wrong, like there's like I understand what y'all mean when y'all say this, because I've talked to over 600 girls on the show, so I totally get what y'all are saying when it comes to like the vibe and stuff like that. But the thing is, like, there's more to that. Can you like peel a layer back and kind of like say something
the
more?
vibe is like you just enjoy yourself with them and you get lost in that feeling. Yeah.
You can go next. What's something that like you look to? Oh, I mean, you're married, so you can say like something like your husband if you want, or just skip the question. It's up to you.
I'll skip.
Yeah, skip. What do you think? If as far as just like somebody that's not serious, this is just gonna be for a week, a month, or something. Like, what do you look for in somebody like that versus somebody that you want to be your husband and father of your kids or something?
Well, in any relationship, there has to be a mutual connection and mutual benefits.
Mutual benefits. So like short term, like what's an example of that?
Okay, well.
Like he can make you orgasm, because like why would, like, I mean, if I'm gonna have short term sex with somebody, it's like a mutual benefit is you orgasm, I orgasm too, right?
I don't really have a specific example, but I mean it just depends. It depends on the person, it depends on what they have to offer, it depends on what I'm personally looking for and how that meshes up.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. What do you think?
I'm not skipping the question. Young with nice eyebrows.
I hope your husband's not watching right now. You're such a
as long as he doesn't get out of his car fucking stupid.
Like, literally.
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't get out of his car weird.
funny.
Yeah. You get the ick. What about you? What would you look for in just a short term thing?
I don't really do short term things anymore in my 30s. I'm too old for that shit. But I don't want to fuck with anybody I can't learn something from, like I need to like be able to talk to you and learn something. I had a guy that like we never had sex, but because he's a bitch actually, but we had like a 3-hour conversation and like we just fucking debated and like went in on each other and like schooled each other. And like that was so much fun. I was like, oh my god, like I had such a great time.
No. So the reason why I was asking that is because, like, I mean, y'all say these things, but like one of my favorite books is a book by a guy named Dr. David Buss. He's actually a professor down in Austin, Texas. And one of the things that he likes to bring up in his books is he talks about evolutionary psychology, and he shows very distinctly that like when we do when we do studies on people and we see like when we ask people when there's no judgment, it's just like, hey, like, how do you feel about this? What do you think about this? Does this turn you on? Does this not? Stuff. And when we do all those things, we find that there's two completely different strategies for both sexes. That men have a long-term and a short-term strategy, and women have a long-term and a short-term strategy. There's certain people that y'all would fuck with in the short term that you would never fuck with in the long term, and there's certain people in the long term that y'all would never fuck with in the short term. And it's the same for men too. They're like men are the same, but we're actually quite different. I want to ask, what do y'all think? Because we like we brought up the short thing. Nobody really gave any good big answers. But if y'all could just, based off what I just said, though, can y'all give me what y'all think you would look for in a long-term partner? Like we were kind of vague, and I understand why we want to be vague about short-term partner and stuff, because that's kind of like talking like kind of really personally, but for long term, just give me at least a couple of things that you really look for somebody that you want to be your husband. You want to be, the father of your kids. What is like, and I'm talking really good traits here, like, because I can tell y'all right now, if y'all ask me right now, like, what are the traits, like, what are 5 traits that you want in a wife? I would give y'all 5 traits I want in a wife, So I don't want to dig it out of y'all. Just be honest, And like, here's the thing, ladies. I know sometimes it's really scary because you think people are going to judge you this on the internet and stuff, like this is online stuff. Be honest. Like, the thing is, this is educational. Like, I call this a pod class because like people are here to learn. We want to learn the truth about men, the truth about women. I can read all the EVO-PSYCH books I can. I've read over a dozen now, but I'm not going to get any better unless I mix that with real life. You can't just read books all the time. I can't just sit here and just have facts all the time. We also need to, learn about people in real life. So try to be as honest as y'all can about this if you can, what is a long-term thing that you look for a husband or somebody who's going to be the father of your kids? We'll start with you on this one.
I want somebody that, number one, is healed, from any trauma that they've gone through in their life. They don't have any emotional baggage left over. And somebody that's not like a pop psychologist, you know what I'm saying? Like a social media, TikTok diagnosed psychologist. Like, I can't deal with that. Like, if you're going to talk about that shit, understand it. Like, have a deep and real understanding of it, and have like done your shadow work and fix yourself, because I've done mine. I still work on myself. I have a lot of trauma from my life, and I've done what I needed to do to work on it and to fix it. Still work in progress, right? Somebody that is dedicated and loyal. Loyalty, huge. Oh, and I can't stand a fucking liar. Like, I can handle a lot of shit, you know, not like you fucking me over all the time, but like I can handle a lot, you know, like your past, like things that you've done. My past isn't the best. But one thing I can't stand is a liar, especially when I know you're lying. Like, I know you're fucking lying. Bitch, I know you're lying. Why are you still lying to me?
Yeah.
Like,
and
I feel very disrespected.
what was your two things? You said liar, and what was the other thing?
Dedicated, loyalty,
Healed.
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 Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. What about you? What do you think in a long-term guy would you really look for? Like, and you better just say stats about your husband right now.
I
I
mean,
swear.
they are. I mean, somebody who is financially stable. They have their shit together. They're funny. They can like make me laugh. Obviously handsome, because you don't want ugly fucking gremlin children. And then I think the most important thing is, honestly, like once like the sex and all that like newness has worn off, somebody that you can be around for really long periods of time and like they don't annoy you and you just enjoy being around them. Like, you don't even have to be doing anything.
Talk a little closer. Yeah. But so
Sorry.
like when it comes to like that, you know, you said like not, you know, being around each other a lot as somebody that's married, you know, like what's the secret, if you could just give out a secret as somebody that's been married, like to not get annoyed of your partner, you know, being around them all the time. I get this all the time because people are like, you live with your girl, they'll spend
Right.
time, because I don't go off and go to a job every day. Like, we're technically around each other like 24/7. A lot of people are like, how do you do that? And
Yeah.
it's just like, how do you do it?
I honestly don't have like a specific like magical answer. It's just your compatibility with the person. It's not like, oh, he does this or I do that. Like, it's, we just didn't get tired of each other, and we still don't. Like, I'm totally fine with staying in on a Friday and binge watching Only Murders in the Building and not, you know, going anywhere or doing anything. Just being around him is refreshing still. So if you can find somebody like that, or if you have a feeling about somebody like that, like that's a really good thing, because people are fucking annoying and I can't be around most people for very long. So
No, that's good. What do you think, if you had to say for the long term, like just one or two traits that you really look for that, you know, the guy could be the father, the husband, you know, what would it be, you think?
I would say definitely agreeing with her when she said healed. That is super important.
Mhm.
And then also balance. I feel like with everyone it's different. Just finding your person that meshes with you, who balances you, and then
Complementary.
Yeah, exactly.
Yin and
And then definitely someone who is loyal and humble and has drive. They know their purpose. Purpose is really big for me.
Okay. No, that's good. Purpose and loyalty. Yeah. No, what do you think? You better say traits about your husband right now.
So, definitely financially stable, and I agree with her on those two, as financial stability and like has their shit together kind of thing. That's a big deal. I'd say kind, you know, just strong of character, strong work ethic, like lots of things like that. I mean, yeah, definitely chemistry stuff.
No, that's good. What do you think?
I pretty much agree with everyone.
Yeah,
on
you
here.
came last, so you got
Like, I was like, damn, fuck, everybody's taking all the
every
good
person
ones.
said something you want
Like,
to say.
to add on to everyone, because like, you know, I fuck with that, so I'm colonized, I'm taking all that shit. It's like someone who is not afraid of being honest, even in those moments that are like really not fucking cool.
Vulnerability.
Yeah.
I fucked that bitch.
I did it.
Just like that.
Like that? Like
Is that-
you're
is that
good
what
with
you wanted?
that?
Then you're gonna have some problems after
Ah,
So,
that.
but like, what do you
Like-
mean loyalty? I want to
like,
know, like, when y'all say
under-
loyalty, like, what
like-
is the issue?
Like,
Give me an example.
loyalty and honesty, they go hand in hand, because you cannot.
Well, yeah, they're the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, somebody who's loyal is honest. Like,
can't
they're
be
actually
dishonestly loyal.
adjectives. Yeah,
Exactly.
they're like the
the
same thing. Yeah,
Well,
but
they
so
complement each other.
synonymous.
but I want to know. Can you give me an example of a guy not, because a couple of y'all brought up like the loyalty thing. Like, can y'all give me an example of where men aren't being loyal to y'all? Are y'all talking about cheating? Like, what are y'all talking about?
I mean,
Like lying about little things,
It's
like
not
going
even-
to restaurants
It's not even
and
just
stuff.
cheating. That's just the obvious one. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
But
That's the obvious.
but what is like the lie that y'all see all the time? Because y'all kind of all brought up, you know, like this is a thing. So I want to know, like, what are guys lying about? Like what is it that like pisses you off that a guy
Right,
lies about?
I'm
Misrepresenting themselves.
Misrepresenting
Yeah,
themselves. Oh, okay.
absolutely.
So like peacocking,
Ooh.
like acting like they're rich and they're really
Yeah,
not or something.
yeah.
Like, what do you think? Like, when you were bringing it up, what were you meaning by saying, you know, loyalty? Loyalty in which way? Because there's lots of ways to be loyal.
In terms of like, you hear something and it's an eavesdrop and it's going on in like your partner's type of like field or something, and it's some information, you shouldn't just disregard it. Play some Game of Thrones type shit.
Period.
Like, let them know the tea so that then plotting and scheming can go on.
I say I've just never seen like that example right there in a relation, like in a real relationship, or when people actually like care about. I've never even seen that ever. Like I can
Like-
understand that being between
like,
friends and stuff like
say-
that.
Okay, so
what
say
do you
your partner and you are at their or your like corporate business dinner or some shit like that,
Yeah.
and there are people talking to the side that you overhear near the bathroom, and they're spilling the tea about some account, and it's like, ooh, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
And it's like
But-
your man that they're talking about or something.
Yeah.
See, but like if they see, this is the thing. If you were in a real relationship, those people in the bathroom probably know you're his girlfriend or you're in a
but
relationship
even
with
then
him.
at that, a lot of people don't care. They'll still talk.
I
They'll
know,
still
and
fucking
what's
talk.
crazy is that if I've never even could fathom like my girl being in a relationship with me and like having that exact scenario, and then not immediately come and telling me what those
Yeah.
people said. Like that's
Yeah,
really weird
like,
that you even.
some- like,
I'm just confused because I can't even fathom this example in a
So-
relationship. Are you talking about like when you're not even in a relationship with people? Because like that doesn't make sense to me.
You said in a relationship.
Yeah,
Like a
like
long-term
I cannot even
relationship.
fathom
So maybe
being in a
you-
relationship with somebody and them doing something like that. And so, has this actually happened with you? Because if so, were you even in a real relationship with them? Because I can't even imagine me
Like-
fucking somebody, like sleeping with somebody every day, living with someone,
You would,
and then them going in a bathroom, hearing some girls talking shit about me, and then she chooses to not tell me. Like that's really
you
weird.
would be
Wow.
surprised
just
at
really weird.
how fucked off people can be.
Right.
Like, even
Behind
when
closed
they're like
doors.
just straight up honestly like tired of you and you've been around them long
Mhm.
enough and they're just sick of you and
I
Or they're
their
just
I
not
just
solid
can't even
people,
imagine.
you know,
Yeah.
like misrepresenting
I would. It's
themselves.
just me. I would never.
Have
like,
you never
that doesn't
dated
even
the
make
wrong
sense.
person? Have you never
Yes.
dated the wrong person? Have you never found yourself dating somebody and you're like, you know what, this bitch is fucked up. I gotta go.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
No.
the equal on the opposite side would be a girl that shows herself as being modest when she's really not.
When
or
she's
she
really
has-
like a dirty slut.
It's
I
Right.
mean,
false
That's the opposite. That's the
advertisement,
opposite
you know?
for women.
Like,
Yeah,
it's,
I mean-
it's in the false advertisement category, and like I'm over here like
don't know.
somebody who stays true with their own personal self integrity and honor is always going to be upfront with you,
Absolutely.
just no matter the fuck what. If some bitches said, "Hey, so gained like 20 fucking pounds, she a fat cow," and that's your partner, and it's like, damn.
Have you ever
like,
lied to
I'll
a
fight that
previous
bitch.
partner?
No,
You've never lied to a previous partner?
no.
Has
I
anyone?
have.
Has
Fuck
anyone
yeah.
lied to a
Hell
partner?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I knew that the truth
lot.
would hurt him a lot more, so I was just honest.
So here, okay, I have a question. Like, okay, if there was something like really hurtful, like, and like be completely honest, like that somebody did to you or whatever, like, would you actually want to know the truth? Like, for real? Because I know it's easy to be like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, I would. I
Yes.
wouldn't.
Yeah, I
It's-
would.
I
Yes.
wouldn't.
It's
It's
painful.
nothing. It doesn't do any fucking good, in my opinion. Ignorance is bliss. Like,
I can't.
Like-
I have to know the truth about everything because I will overthink about it and I will sit there and I will dig and I will dig and I will dig and I will dig and I will make scenarios in my head and I'm going to find out the fucking truth if it's the last thing I do and I'll obsess over it.
Oh, that was a good
see-
question somebody just asked. I want to ask that actually. Who's better at lying? Are girls better or men, y'all think? What do you think?
I think if you're determined, you're
Oh, she
going
can
to
go
fucking
first.
lie. Like, I'm sorry to,
No.
I
You're,
think
you're
women
good.
are better at
Interject, like,
lying.
terrible.
Women-
Women and men.
I feel like
smarter,
depending,
like-
I feel like depending on the circumstance
No.
and what is going on,
Generally,
a dude,
generally.
Yeah, just general.
a
Just general.
dude or a woman, they both can
No,
lie
generally,
their asses
generally,
off.
generally.
You got to
on
pick
average.
one. Which side? Men or women?
Gun to your head. You had to pick.
1, 2, 3.
You're dead. You're dead.
You know
would've
what?
died.
I'm dead because I don't know.
All right,
No,
next.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
What do you think?
Probably women.
Boom. Next.
Yeah, this is really bad for me because I'm a Libra, so I try to find the balance.
Nope.
It depends on if it's like a more logical thing or a more emotional thing.
Can I answer
Anything.
the question? I want to answer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, hold on.
please, 'cause
Yeah.
I
Here,
can't
go ahead.
choose.
What
Wait,
do
let
you think?
me answer. Women.
You think women?
Wow.
What do you
Yeah.
think?
Men are better liars
You think
because
women-
because women are, in my opinion, okay. For I'm using myself as an example.
We believe it.
I'm a terrible liar. I feel bad. I feel guilty. I have a lot of emotions.
you believe in God?
No.
Oh.
Neither do I.
I don't.
Oh,
So yeah.
You guys notice nobody said like one of the 5 characteristics they're looking for in a husband was has to love the Lord.
No, that's
You know?
not a requirement.
Not
but
no more.
My whole point was men are just, I think they're more, they can turn that stuff off more, so they can like actually convince themselves that it's true. Whereas like women, I feel like it just fucking eat at you, and you're like, oh my god, I did this.
Oh, really?
But like,
what do you think?
I think
Who
women
do you
are
think
definitely
lies more?
better liars. I think that we're a bit more conniving. You know, I think that
Definitely.
the thing is with men lying, like we're just a lot of women, myself included, at times in my life, we're just gonna believe it because we want to, because we don't want to know the truth sometimes. You know, like oh no, like we're Delulu or whatever. You know, living in la la land when it comes to somebody. So
Yeah.
Well,
or
I'll,
a situation.
can I give an argument? So,
Go ahead.
No.
so for women, the reason why you guys are better manipulators is because for thousands of years, y'all were stuck at the back, right? Whenever the tribes would come and
Sorry,
take over,
going
and
evolution on this.
yeah,
time.
basically
Yeah,
the
we
ones that stayed are y'all's ancestors. The women that stayed and were able to manipulate the men to let them stay,
Mhm.
say, hey, I'll conform, I'll follow through. That's why women are more communal, is because they're weaker, so they're not going to battle the men. They're not going to fight the men to, stay there, or whatever.
It's
So
y'all were able to
deep-rooted.
survive a lot longer for you to be able to be
Yeah.
a really good
y'all had to
manipulator.
make other adaptations.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're born to manipulate. You know what I mean? Babies crying is manipulation.
Yeah.
And speaking
Yeah,
of
literally,
babies, it's been proven that women or girl babies look at
Girl
faces
babies.
and expressions. Yeah, I know. It's like baby girls, they look at faces and expressions first, and men, they look at objects and surroundings.
Right.
And no, what's also crazy about babies, they look at pretty people first too.
Mhm.
I want to ask now though, loyalty, guys. Do y'all think there's a difference between loyalty with men and women? Because like we're talking a lot about loyalty. Like, do y'all think that men find certain things to prove loyalty, and women are like, no, you're loyal by this as a man? Like, what shows loyalty to you as a woman in a relationship? You're married to somebody. What's loyalty to you?
Skip me right now. I gotta think on this one.
What do you think?
I mean, I don't know, just being loyal. I don't know.
I mean, there's one obvious one, and nobody's saying it. Like, I don't want him to fuck nobody else. Like, come on, like y'all can say, come on. Like,
Can he look at other girls? Can he look at other girls?
Yeah. that's
can he
all
message
weird.
other
I
girls?
look
Like
at
what's
other
loyal?
Could he
Come
have
on,
girlfriends?
let's talk
Could he have
about it.
girlfriends? Like just like chill. Like just chill.
I mean, yeah, but like, it doesn't. But I mean, yeah, it wouldn't be weird to me. Like, as long, like, you know what I mean? As long
Here,
as
we'll actually say what is cheating for this one. That's just easier.
That's
What
better.
is
That's
cheating
better.
to y'all?
That's
If a guy does what is the first thing of cheating to you as a woman from your perspective?
Dude hitting it from the back and is another bitch. What
Okay.
the fuck?
No, that's fine.
Like, that part.
What do you think?
I mean, ditto.
So the
I
front-
You
guess.
might find some people are different.
She
That's all I'm
agrees.
saying. What do you think?
agreed.
Oh, she agreed. What do you think?
Ditto.
I'm just
Okay,
like, I
so-
can't.
I have an example
Here,
because
go.
I'm really weird on this one, but with porn stuff, I've never watched porn in my life. So if a guy, yeah, I know all guys are off the table. I know.
No, I'm not.
That's why I'm
I-
single.
No, I don't think that at all. I
I'm
think
curious.
there's a lot of guys that don't
I'm
watch
curious.
porn.
How'd you stay away from it? Because everyone's watching it. 40% of women, I believe, over the age
Shit.
of 13 have watched it. 80% of men over the age of 13 have watched it at some point. So how'd you stay away from it?
I was always very strong-minded with that.
So like any
I grew up in
urges,
a very-
curiosities,
of course,
you just
yeah.
like what you do, pray about it or what?
Kept her temptation down.
Okay, for me, I think it's really weird to like watch other people fuck and get off to it, like touch yourself to
I
it.
do
You know?
too.
Yeah. So I just.
It
think
just
it's-
felt awkward from day
yeah,
one, huh?
I just think it's weird. I cannot.
I honestly don't think that, like, I know a lot of women like her, honestly. Like, I know a lot like you.
Yeah.
Like, I think you're not nearly as weird as you think you are. And honestly, you know how you said there must be no guys out here? There's a huge
No, we
movement.
love that shit.
There's
we
a
love that
huge
shit.
there's a huge movement of men though that are really getting over pornography. Like there's a huge movement going on right now of guys that are like stop masturbating, like semen retention shit. Like
It's a huge problem, guys. It's
Yeah.
a huge problem.
It-
yeah,
it's
but
so
I'm
gross to
telling
me,
you
too.
though, like keep your faith that you can find a guy that's not into it. And I promise you're gonna find one because there's a lot of guys that aren't doing it anymore. Like don't think that there's like no because you kind of sign a little bit nihilistic, like oh there's no guys like that, but it's fine. Trust me, there are tons. You just gotta you will find one.
That's a plus. That's a plus.
Yeah, what do you think is like loyalty, or what is cheating? You know,
I think that like an emotional connection would bother me more than a physical connection.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying that's
That
like
too.
okay, but I'm saying that like if like the idea of him like falling in love with another woman or like another woman making him laugh or something like that pisses me off. Like that would make me more angry
Then making
than
him
if
bust.
I caught him fucking somebody. I'm not joking.
yeah.
Wow, that's
I
crazy.
get it.
I don't have
That's
an
awesome.
yeah, I don't have an issue with porn at all. Like, but I do agree that it is a problem.
It's damaging. Yeah.
It is damaging because it's like making unrealistic expectations for like what sex is for like younger, like impressionable minds.
Right.
Setting unrealistic expectations for like women's bodies, et cetera, et cetera. It's also desensitizing.
Right. That's the main thing.
No,
Like,
the main thing is
do-
desensitizing.
It's like, oh, I've seen this 1,000 times. Like, it doesn't do anything for you anymore.
Well, no, like imagine, guys, when I was 12, 13 years old, like when I watched porn at 12, because I'm 32 now, I like, well, how we did it was there was like HBO, and then there were, and then you would see like it was called like Real Sex. There's like all these shows that came off at like 1, 2 in the morning, and it was like you'd see some boobies.
Porn.
Yeah, it was super soft. It was super soft. Y'all realize like me jerking off to something like that compared to what these kids are seeing now at 13 years old, where they're seeing fetishes and and
I'll
you're
speak
young,
to that.
so like you'll be able to.
So I'm 24. I grew up in that age. Instagram. I started Instagram when I was like 12. I was one of the first people to get on Instagram, Facebook. One of the first people. I wasn't even on MySpace. Yeah, I was even on MySpace. But yeah, I mean, even on Facebook, you would see like ads, porn ads at like 10, 11 years old. And this is when Facebook was very first starting out. It was porn ads. I wasn't following any accounts. It was just it just popped up. Same thing like with Twitter. Same thing with all these other things. Like they're putting this stuff out there, and all these kids, regardless of if they're saying they're over 18 or under 18, whatever. Whenever they get to that page, whatever. That's not a fucking restriction.
Right.
That's not a fucking. Who's telling the truth? What kid is
No,
like,
I'm
you
not.
know?
I'm clicking
Yeah.
no, guys.
Yeah, no, like your boner, dick in hand, like nah. Like really?
You know what?
I'm
Really?
18.
There has to be more restrictions. There has to be more regulations.
Yeah. So what about you? Like, what is cheating?
Anything that you have to hide from me.
Anything that
If
you
you,
gotta hide?
if you feel the necessity to hide something from me, like a relationship that you have with a female or with a male for that matter, if you feel like you need to hide it from me, then we have a problem.
Yeah, because you're already lying, right? Ladies that are married, just really quick, would you rather your dude, in your marriage, just go and jack off in the bathroom really quick, or would you rather him like actually pursue and try to either have sex with a hooker, or, like try to do other stuff? Like if you had to choose between the two, which one would you
Is
choose?
that a real question?
Yeah, seriously.
Obviously, the first one.
Obviously, jack off. Yeah, so like, so like if
Like an animal.
and like and are y'all both completely okay with that? Like are you completely okay with having your husband do that, and like you wouldn't judge him for it, or like hold it against him?
No,
Right?
why would I judge him
What
for
about
that?
you? Would you hold it against, or would you hold it against your husband if you caught him masturbating in the bathroom one day?
No, what
I
the
mean,
What if it's some
you
freak
guys
shit?
masturbate
Wait.
yourself, like-
What if it's some freak shit?
I
What
don't
if it's
want
some
him to
freak
get
shit?
it on the floor.
Like,
Like,
what if
it's
some-
more efficient.
No. Hey, what if it's some freak shit?
Like what?
Like some weird shit.
Wait,
Like
how,
what,
how
Johnny?
weird?
I actually went through that. So
What'd you go through?
my husband, we were separated for 2 years. We kind of got back together for a little short
is gonna
period
be
of
juicy.
time, and he wanted me to fuck him in his ass.
Whoa!
Okay.
I hope
And
he
I
did
did.
not watch it.
so
Oh,
if you-
whoa!
And I was ruined. I like just sat back afterwards, and I was like,
Because you
So-
like looked at him differently.
I hated
like a
him,
little bit.
and I had to throw my favorite vibrator away.
No.
Hey, so it would have been better for him to just fuck that bitch
Not the
instead than that.
vibrator.
He could fuck anybody else that would fuck him in his ass. Just leave me out of it.
No, like I'm
Like,
saying,
I was
it
not-
would have been better to
I
fuck
would
another bitch than
rather-
that to happen.
I would
Yes.
rather that.
Okay, bet.
Yes.
You'd rather
Yes,
that.
all day long. I'll watch.
So ladies, I want to
know?
ask, like, what do y'all think
was
men see?
disgusting.
Like, what do y'all think men see as loyalty? I mean, obviously, like sexual and stuff. Like, do you think that there's anything, because y'all all kind of named off like some things that, are, like she was saying, you know, just fucking anything that's basically a lie, you know?
Right.
If y'all could guess what the general, we're not gonna say, you know, all men. We're just saying in general, men think, you know,
Not being
is
overly
loyalty.
friendly.
Overly friendly. You think if
Overly
if
friendly.
my girl's being overly friendly, I'd be like,
Yeah.
that's cheating.
Yeah.
What do you think a guy sees as cheating?
Wait, what?
What do you think a guy sees as cheating? You know, like his girl messaging other dudes, like just fucking them, like in general, most guys.
Most guys, I think they would probably think like talking to guys or messaging guys. or
Even
whatever.
messaging.
Yeah.
Yeah, pursuing in any way. What do you think?
Well, I think she made a really good point earlier when it says anything that you have to hide.
Yeah.
Like
So
anything
it's-
you have to hide.
And that's
you know?
how like guys would be too. We would be like, if she had anything from me, like we're done. Like we're not doing that.
I think so.
You think
Yeah.
that's how men are? What do you think? Like, how do you think guys see cheating?
I'll second that. All right, anything you have to hide.
Anything you gotta hide. What do you think?
Secrets are
See-
bad.
Question: has anyone omitted a piece of information from your past from a partner that you're currently with in fear that they might think of you different?
No.
Omitted anything?
I wish I would have actually kept more to myself.
Oh, no one's omitted anything. I feel like
No.
since you haven't lied, I'm sure you've omitted.
Wait.
left something out.
Wait,
You've left
I'm
something out.
sorry,
You're
this
one of
is a
those girls.
dumb- Wait,
no,
wait,
no, no.
no. This is a dumb question, but what's omitted?
Left something
Leaving out.
out.
Leaving out. You're the type of girl that.
Oh.
Oh, he didn't ask me, so I won't tell him.
Lie by omission.
Yeah. Well, technically, yeah.
Yeah, lying by omission.
But she wouldn't know. So it's
How
like,
can I say this? If you ask me the question, be prepared for the honest answer.
Right.
I'm not going
Right,
to
but if
keep it
he's
away
like-
from you, but I'm not going to wait around for you to fucking ask
That's
me.
wild.
It's like,
so he has to ask you those questions.
like,
He has to ask those questions to get those answers.
yeah.
How soon is too soon for him to start asking those questions? First date, second date, third date?
Two
I
months.
I don't think there's a time frame. I want to know like up front. You know what I'm saying?
No, you think it's wrong for a dude to ask on the first date like
No.
serious questions?
What type of girl
No.
she is?
Get it out of the way.
Yeah, like clear,
Get it out of the way.
pre-qualifying.
Like here, like let's go through. Let's run down everything.
really?
You know.
No, I have the same mentality. Why
Yeah.
waste time?
I
Yeah.
fuck with it, I fuck
Exactly.
with it. What do you think?
Like,
Like,
how
I feel
long?
like the first time you meet someone is an introduction.
I agree.
So I feel like that's in bad form, just immediately jumping
Yeah.
off to something incredibly personal about yourself. And then to also expect that from you know, your partner as well. A lot of dudes aren't honest
I-
about
to the chase, baby.
I just think that whenever people do stuff like that, it's all finesse. Like if I'm playing that type of game on a first date, I'm
Right.
trying to just finesse you out your pussy, and I feel like a girl is trying to play the same thing. She's trying to finesse me out money, whether it's gifts
Maybe
or
it's
dinner
your
and stuff
thing.
like
Maybe
that.
it's your
Same
I
thing.
thing.
mean,
Maybe it's not money.
honestly, a woman can tell a mile away if a dude wants pussy from her, and
Nope.
No, you
They
can't.
can't.
There's a lot of guys that will take you on 5,
Yep.
6, 7
Yep.
dates, and low key the whole time all they're wanting is pussy, and the second they get it, they stop talking to you.
Exactly.
So I got a question for you. Follow up with that. Do you think you actually went on a date with a man that did not have any intentions on wanting to have sex with you?
No.
Ever.
no.
So what's the point of even saying like, oh, you could tell a mile away if a dude doesn't want sex?
No, I know they want sex.
Like if
I know that.
if you are like okay, so if you are having like a girls' night with your girls and you're just vibing, you know, being cute, posting up, you know, cute little cocktails and that type of shit, and you guys are in your own little feminine world or whatever the fuck you want to call it, and then some dude pops up out of nowhere and is like, "Hey, so you look really cute.
Breathing
and,
all
you're really
heavy.
hot. Like, you're fucking sexy. You know that? Like, what's your name?" And it's like, I'm sorry, sir, but
Mhm.
it's a no. I don't care. It
like,
that's
do you know how many
another-
times we've heard that?
Yeah,
Literally,
like,
how
that
many
is
times?
it.
Same shit.
That is something that is a lot more common than
Mhm.
somebody like holding out like a couple of dates. Like, honestly, that's a different situation.
But that's
so-
different than having already agreed to go on a date with somebody.
Yeah,
you know,
and you
being like,
understand that that's something
Right.
that could happen.
and maybe it's something like when you're younger or something, you're still in your 20s and whatnot that you're okay with, but like as you age, and even like the difference between like my age and your age, you know what I mean? It's 8 years, right? But that's almost a decade. And the difference in between that is that I have learned so much in my 30s. Okay, like just, you know, being married. I married the wrong person, and I knew I was marrying the wrong person when I married him, but my little sisters were married, and I was like, oh my God, I gotta catch up, you know, literally. And that's a dumb reason to get married, right? Right. I learned my lesson, but you know, having like re-entered like the dating pool after that, you know, and then like not being emotionally healed and ready for that. Like I dated a guy that was my best friend, and I loved him so much, and I fucked it up. I was the toxic one. You know what I'm saying? And like that fucking hurt. Like that was a big pill to swallow. Like it took me a long time to be like, all right, that was my fault, you know? And it was. But I just like going through that, like I don't have time for bullshit anymore. I have no time for bullshit. And also I have a lot of things in my past that are very serious things that could cause conflict in the future. Like I'm a felon. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I
probably
did 8.5
something you bring
years
up,
in federal
yeah.
prison. Right? When do I bring that up? Hey, by the way, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, that
You
is
know?
that is a really good question.
So like when do you bring that up? Because you know I dated somebody, and on the 5th time we went out, like I'm all nervous and I'm like tearing up my neck, and I'm like, oh my God, when do I tell this guy? And he's like, what's wrong with you? And this guy, when I met him, he was in the DFW magazine #7 most eligible bachelor in DFW. Incredibly intelligent, sexy, fucking gorgeous, you know what I mean? Wealthy. And I'm like, what does he want with me? You know what I'm saying? At this point. And so I told him, I'm nervous because I wanted to tell you that I went to prison for 8.5 years for selling drugs. I was 21. You know what I mean? And he's like, okay. And then he was like, you know, you don't have to tell everybody that. It's none of their business. And he was correct. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm telling you guys to prove a point or to make a point, you know what I'm saying? But like, I'm not embarrassed or like even ashamed of what I did. I mean, fuck it, it was a life experience, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fucking badass. Like, okay, and I can survive anything, and I have. But when you're dating somebody and that person could potentially become your family, you know what I mean?
Right.
Or bring their children around
Right.
you.
It's
You know what I'm
serious.
saying? Or trust you with their finances and their secrets. Like, I want you to know that this is my past. And if you ever fucking bring it up and use it against me in the future, you're done.
Right. I think that's how it should be. And you make a great point. You make a great point.
No, I want to ask really quick because you brought that up. You know, was that ever like a problem for you with relationships? Like once a guy found out about you?
No, absolutely
never been a
not. It
problem?
really hasn't been. You know what I mean?
Has any guy ever said, "I'm really turned on by the fact that you did that"?
Yeah, I dated this guy. He is the director of the Department of Homeland Security for 33 different offices around the United States. So he's a federal agent, and he fucking loves it. And I was like, "Can you fuck me with your badge on, please?"
Oh, dude, that's
you know what
like
I mean?
crazy.
And then and he's so turned on by that shit. He loves toxic.
You know
shit.
what's crazy? I asked that question because there's this thing called Hybristophilia, Hybristophilia, and Hybristophilia is where you're attracted to somebody that is like a felon, or like a felon, or somebody that's in prison or something like that. And it's just the reason why I asked you that is because they've done studies on this, and Hybristophiliacs are only women usually.
I know.
Like,
you like that show? Like what's it called? Like where the people marry the people that are incarcerated.
Yeah.
We used to watch it when I was in prison.
Yeah,
Like,
but it's just weird. It's just weird though. It's just weird though because
I love it, but I hate it. You know,
Great fucking show.
it's just weird though because 99% of the cases though it's women that
Yeah.
are into men
Yeah.
though. So like
well,
why
because women
though?
have that loyalty too, to where they're gonna meet some man that's locked up, and you're like, oh, he's doing a life sentence. He murdered his whole family, but it was an accident. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna go visit that motherfucker every weekend and be so in love and
You
yada
think
yada
that's why
yada
they're
and
Hybristophilias?
loyal. I mean,
You think it's
Story.
just loyalty?
the whole culture, the whole United States is obsessed with prison culture and jail culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at all the shows on television.
You think that's why not? Why do you think that women are Hybristophilias?
So this is actually a really great subject for me because I love true
Okay,
crime. And
I'm sure most of y'all do.
I think that Hybristophilia is like, I think that it is, what's the word? Like controlled danger. Where like, so like Richard Ramirez, like he was like the Night Stalker, and he fucking like murdered and killed lots of people, and like all these women wanted to fuck him, and they sent him like Polaroids and letters, and he got married in prison. Ted Bundy got a bitch pregnant when he was in prison.
It's the capacity for violence.
And the money they send them.
It's like, I think to them it is almost like it is a turn on that they like, it's like a power thing. Like they took life with their hands, and it's like they're like in this cage like a zoo animal, and it's like it's kind of like the same thing when you go to the zoo and you see a fucking lion or a tiger or something that's really dangerous, and you're like, but it's safe. You know what I'm saying?
Beauty and the
it
Beast.
can't kill
Women
you.
always want to tame the beast.
Yeah. Women always like the reason why I was bringing this up is because like there's a lot of reasons why evolutionary, like why y'all want that type of guy. It's because y'all want a guy that could slit a throat and hold a baby. Like you want somebody that can
Joker and Harley Quinn type shit.
Well, you just want somebody that can be a protector, and like at the end of the day, those guys are going to be able to protect you from fucking anything. Like anything.
Other men that can kill you. Other men that can do bad things to you.
But they're in prison, so they can't protect you.
hold on.
They have the capacity of violence, the ability to do it. And if he gets out, he's going to do it. He's going to hurt somebody for coming to you.
Those women, they like the fact that they are locked away and they can't be out in the general public, and they're like in a controlled environment. Like
that's the part of the
it's like the best of both worlds for them.
Right. On like Love After Lockup.
I don't get it.
No.
They like those women who would like go after those men. It's like they loved the fact that they were incarcerated and they couldn't fucking go anywhere, and they controlled them with money and sending them shit for what commissary is that? What
Commissary.
You're right.
So like that is like their whole thing, and then when
those men were so dependent on them. They were like so dependent on them because they've never had a relationship where somebody wanted them like that.
Exactly, or needed them,
or wrote them letters.
Yeah.
They were so loving.
Drew them fucking pictures.
He's held hostage, bitch.
Yes, no, exactly. So when they get out, then all hell breaks loose because they have a phone.
Bro, we used to watch that show when I was in the feds, and like I say I hate it because I'm like, what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
like it's so stupid. Like I would be like, this motherfucker is so. Oh my god, I want to kill her. Like she's so dumb. Like what are you
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
But like it's so
Sorry.
entertaining.
Yeah, I want to ask really quick, ladies, because she had kind of talked about this a little bit, and I'm sure it's because you heard me talk about this a couple times now. But like, so when it comes to choosing a guy, would you rather the guy that like has the ability to, you know, like, do y'all want to date or marry a guy that has the options of other women, like other women want him, or do you want a guy that, you know, like, you know, he's all yours, like you don't have to worry about other girls wanting him at all, like
I'm cool.
like
with
other
both.
women like don't like him at all. He's ugly or whatever it is. But like, do you want a guy that's like kind of all to yourself, or a guy that, you know, everybody's kind of attracted to, like other women want also?
Just
The
answer.
toxic in me was like, yeah, I like the dudes that all the other girls want. But I recently experienced a guy that was like a pretty like chill dude, like almost Joe Schmo, and I like that even more. Like it was like VIP vibes even more. Like as silly as that sounds, because like the attention was undivided, and I was
Ew.
like, I like that undivided.
Like he's
attention.
picky with who he gives his attention to.
Yeah,
How's that
I
going?
like
Me,
that
okay.
shit. I mean, it's pretty funny because like, like yeah, we're talking, but he's Australian and he had to go back home.
Damn
Why
it.
didn't you go with him?
Bitch, I'm asking myself that question all the goddamn time. To tell you the truth, I don't know. Shut up! I'm not trying to be smushy right now. Ew! I don't do that. No.
It's okay sometimes.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's okay.
let's be funny.
Next.
So yeah, next, like what do you think?
Honestly, kind of a good balance, because it's like it can't be someone who like nobody wants at all, because then it's like, okay, then like what am I doing
If
here?
you had to pick,
Yeah.
I know you're married, but if you had to pick,
It's two extremes. I feel like
You want balance. You're trying to find balance. Even with your husband, you tried to find a balance of that. I'm guessing you weren't trying to find a guy that no girl wanted, but you also didn't want the ugly dude that, or you also didn't want the super hot dude that everybody wanted.
well, I mean, also because like dudes like that, it's like you said, whore, yeah, and he's not. and
It's harder to lock down.
Well, yeah, well, and it's
I know.
not even just that.
Can you
It's
trust
like,
him?
I mean, honestly, most dudes like that as well. I don't connect with on a personality level. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
connect super like on a deep level with a lot of people just in general, including men. So for me, that's like essential. So yeah, I don't know. I can if I connect with someone who's like ugly as far, you know, I'm just
Yeah.
like, well, I don't, you know what I mean?
I just wanted to say, you know, because you said the toxic side of me, you know, would want that guy. And I want
It's
you to know, it's
like-
not even like the toxic side of you. Like, you need to look at it like I would look at it in a different light, where it's not your toxic side. It's just your natural side. Like
No,
you're
no,
naturally
it
craving
wasn't-
something. It's
it
not that big a
wasn't,
deal.
like natural. It's like that phase of your life when you're making the worst possible decisions for yourself, and you're doing it just because it's bad for you. You know, like a
Yeah, it feels
diabetic
good.
eating red velvet cake. You know,
Mhm.
they know they can get their foot
That
fucking
fuck it
amputated,
mode.
Yeah,
but they
it's
don't
called
care
it's called
no
living
more.
in hedonism.
yeah, right. But if
It's
you know
like-
it's bad, then why do you do it? It's because there's a
Because, like-
subconscious part of your brain that wants it.
It's that immaturity in yourself, and
immaturity.
like after
After she
getting
experiences
older,
it, and then she'll learn.
I mean, not
Right.
even just an immaturity. It's just a need to experience. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
and
saying?
he-
Like
I
The
think-
need or the want?
the need.
No, it's not a
No,
no. That's
no,
the need.
no,
need.
it's
I
You
the
need to
need.
eat. You need to
necessity.
drink
No,
water. Hold on,
it's
hold on,
a
hold on,
need.
hold on, hold on. It's not a
a
need.
necessity.
It's not a need. It's not a need. A need
I
is
think
water.
if you
Hold
want to
on.
grow up to be a rounded individual, you know what I'm saying, and to be like a good person, like you have to experience certain things. You know, they say that you're not going to be able to know your partner or your friend or somebody you're close with until you've seen them handle money, deal with anger, and like every different emotion. You're not going to know that
Yeah.
person.
So my future
you have to-
wife would have to fuck the bad boy for me to be good with it. Now that she's fucked the
So
bad boy,
if you've
it's just
never
all
been
good.
sad, how do you know you're happy?
So like, hold on. So yeah, exactly what you just said. I need her to go fuck a bad boy, and that's how she'll know that she really wants to be with me, right?
So are you going to think
Yeah.
that
No,
your
I'm
future
asking a
wife is
question. I'm
gonna
asking-
be
hold on.
like a virgin
Hold-
when she meets you? She's only
It's
gonna
not about that. Hold on. I'm asking a very simple question, okay? I'm asking a very, very simple question. Nobody try to complicate it or anything. It's just yes or no type shit. If she wants to fuck a bad boy, okay, I'm supposed to be okay that she wanted to go fuck a bad boy and like that more than me.
while y'all are together.
No, of course, like way later. Like why would somebody want something like
Way
that? Is
later.
what I'm wondering. What?
All right, I raised my hand, so I'm gonna say this.
Talk,
Like,
yeah.
think about it like this: like the bad boy is like McDonald's. You know it's not good for you. You know it. You went through your
But it
you
tastes good.
OD'd, you overdosed
quick
on
and
it, and
easy.
you were forced to make a decision for yourself to choose better. So you decide to choose the gourmet, fancy, delicious, super expensive in ingredients, 5-star Gordon Ramsay, Michelin, that type
the
of
organic
give me,
version.
dude,
and
hold on.
like,
Give
I'm
me an
not-
example of that. Give
I'm
me an
not-
example of
I'm
that.
not finished.
Give me an
Like,
example of that, though.
like, and then like after like going after that shitty McDonald's ass bad boy, you're able to appreciate the more chill, laid back dude because
I want you to describe that
you've
guy.
realized and you've known like bullshit.
I want you to describe that guy because we were debating this earlier. Describe that guy, because y'all made it sound like the long term guy and the short term guy look exactly the same. So describe that guy, like describe that guy that's the buffet, that gourmet meal, the guy that's not McDonald's. We know what the McDonald's guy look like. What does that gourmet guy look like?
That's good for you. Like you're making.
But wait, what makes him good for you? Tell me the stats. Like, what are the traits that make him a good man for that?
You just choose better for yourself with the smaller everyday things that you like just do for you.
I think that like you can't put a label on that. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? That's
no.
like saying,
Womanies.
I have a type. You know what I mean?
It's
Like
not,
I've had people that have said like, hey, that they've told me I have a type because of who I married. Like I married the Oak Cliff starter pack. Okay, like literally, what the
know,
fuck?
it's
And they're like,
not-
oh, that's your type. That's not my type. That's the person I married. You know, and I chose to marry him, but like because I vibed with him at that time.
like the bad boy is like related to toxicity, and that's what we're getting confused with this. And when I said that, I meant that with how they, even if it's somebody who's like completely innocent in society, but they treat you like shit, hitting you up at like 4 o'clock in the
Where
morning.
you at?
And yeah, like that right there is not good for you. So replying to that text right there is choosing that McDonald's that's bad for you.
Yep.
Like
Here, I gotta ask really quick. If a guy buys flowers on the first date, do y'all like that or do you not like that?
I think it's nice.
You like that?
Cute.
Yeah, I know you're married, but
I
if you
mean,
could.
I would like it.
You like it? What would you?
Yeah, I think
You
it's
like
cute.
it?
I think buy me flowers whenever.
Yeah.
it's adorable.
If a guy after the second, third date, he's like, yo, I really, really like you. Like, I almost love you. I really want to make this serious. I want you to be my girlfriend. How would that make you feel?
I mean, it just depends on the person and the situation.
Yeah, but
I
we're
can't
going to say he's super average, dude. We're not going to say he's super high or none of that stuff.
That
He's
doesn't
super
matter.
average.
It doesn't, like, that's not even
Okay,
it.
well, then, but no, so, but would you do it? How would you feel uncomfortable if a
I
guy
would-
wanted to start a relationship?
No, I
that
wouldn't
soon?
feel uncomfortable. I would feel thankful that he was telling me his feelings and how,
But
and
would you want to be in a
his
relationship with him too?
honesty. I don't know. I don't know him.
Would you? If a guy that
I mean,
quickly
it
wanted to lock it
depends
in?
on if I want to be his girlfriend or not.
If you really like him or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, same,
Yeah.
same,
Yeah,
same.
Really.
You don't know? No, I don't think you would like that, huh? I could tell by that face.
I mean, yeah,
You
like
rolled
I
your
would go
eyes.
no,
It
I'm
just
like,
depends on the
like
person.
it totally depends on the
It
person
does.
and how you are with that person.
Okay.
Yeah, like your connection.
First date, he takes you to a super nice place, like super expensive. That's green flag. Y'all like that?
I'm
Takes
not
you to a super nice
impressed.
place. No.
What's a green flag?
If a guy drops
I'm not
$300,
impressed.
$400, $500
On the
on
first date,
night,
yeah, on the first date. Good thing,
Is that
bad
too
thing?
much?
Good thing. I
Good
think it's a
thing?
good thing.
Too little?
Good
It
thing.
depends on if he's
depends.
trying to flex too hard with it. or
Yeah.
not.
Right.
How do you know?
How he's acting
How do
while
you know?
he's doing it, you know?
Attention,
Yeah.
attention.
How do they act if they're trying to flex their money or not?
It's like,
obvious.
yeah, look at this shit, bitch. Look how much
Yeah.
money I
Wear it
got.
out,
It's so,
like laying it on the table.
it's so
Yeah,
good.
being like all nonchalant, like this is nothing.
Yeah.
I'm here all the time.
Uh-huh.
Do y'all hold on? Do y'all like sometimes there's a lot of stereotypes on time about like nice guys, like guys that are just like too nice and stuff like
Oh,
that. You
hell
know,
yeah.
like
Mm-mm.
what do y'all think about guys that are just too nice all the time?
I'll run him over.
You run them over. What do you
Yeah,
think?
definitely.
Run 'em
Yeah,
over.
I don't like simps.
No, no.
I don't believe that somebody is too nice. They're working
Try
some
too
kind
hard.
of agenda.
It's something that they want out of it.
and it's probably nefarious. So
Wait,
I'm gonna keep chill.
Do you think that men inherently want to be nice or mean? Do you think inherently men want to be nice or mean?
I don't
Why did you ask the
understand
question?
that.
Nice.
I'm just
To
asking.
us, nice.
Right.
I
Nice.
mean-
nice.
I don't know. I think I don't know.
I don't understand. I feel like that's too broad of a question.
Yeah, it's pretty
It might be a little broad, but
Like-
I want to ask though. The reason why I was bringing that up is because like I brought up like a lot of things that like just nice guys do, you know. And what's crazy is like there's tons of these guys out here, but they don't get fucking chosen at all, and they do all that shit. They buy flowers on first dates, like they take girls to really nice restaurants on first dates. They're super nice, like do all the simping really hard and stuff. Oh, they're all over the place. 33% of men are virgins and or having sex in between the ages 18 and 30 right now. So they're all over the place. But yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm showing. That's what I'm proving. And like the thing is, like, if y'all are wondering why there's so many shitty men today, it's because like y'all reinforce the shit out of that. Like a guy who's nice, a guy who buys flowers, a guy who does all those things that y'all just said that y'all would like. That guy, after 2 or 3 times of doing that shit, realizes that it doesn't get anywhere. It actually gets him treated like shit. He gets he gets treated like shit, and he learns really quick, I'm not gonna do that anymore. And then he becomes the bad boy. And then y'all are like, why the fuck is there so many bad boys? It's like, well, y'all didn't like the nice guys. Like the guys that were nice and did everything right, y'all punished them. Right. And by punishing those men, you literally created the men that y'all don't want. Right.
It's their villain origin.
It is literally. It is their villain origin story.
That's why I said men are inherently nice, but y'all turn them into what they are now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and the same thing, you know,
they do the
goes
same thing
vice versa. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, women choose. 100%. Women choose, so they could just not choose the bad guy.
Yeah, like y'all choose who y'all fuck. Like nobody makes you have sex with it. Oh, you don't?
Yes.
You don't choose who you fuck?
We do choose who we fuck.
But
yes, y'all choose who you fuck.
Taught me something the last time that I never really thought of.
Yeah.
God fucking damn it. Is that, yes, we choose who we fuck, but the men choose who they're going to be in a relationship with.
Yes.
And that is so fucking accurate. Like, so.
There is no shortage of women out here looking. And it's like the ratio of women to men is so disproportionate, particularly to high value men. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, as women, like, you know, we're natural nurturers. You know what I'm saying? And like, we already have, like, you know, we're more mentally mature than you guys at, you know, a certain age, right? So we're ready to settle down and have a family and like make a home, and these men are out here still fucking thugging, you know what I mean, and being dumbasses. And so yeah, like the dating pool is disproportionate and it's not in our favor. So yeah, we get to choose who we let stick their dick in us, but at the same time, like who puts a ring on our finger? No.
That well, y'all know that's the biggest point of my show, that y'all don't get to control relationships. So y'all that are single, it's not by choice, it's because you're forced to do it. You don't get to choose when you get in a relationship. You don't get to choose when somebody.
And so back to what you were saying earlier, when you decide to fuck the bad boy, you taught that dude. You
reinforced it.
What exactly?
Okay, well, how about
what he's been doing to get there?
Like the situation I'm in, like I have been dealing with the same person, and I say dealing with because that's what the fuck it is, for like 9 or 10 months. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't sleep together for quite a while until after I was done with my husband for sure, you know, because I'm like, I'm not gonna fuck you yet, right? Like, I like talking to you, but I'm not gonna have sex with you. And then when we did, like, we just slutted each other out. I ain't gonna lie, like, this shit is fucking like, what the fuck? It's insane.
You need to find somebody who was a former man horror.
Yeah, right.
I agree with that.
Yes. No, it's true, because like they have that edge of like being like, oh, like you know, fucked a lot of girls. You were a man horror, so it's like that attraction there, but they treat you well, right? And so it's like it makes you feel special because it's like you're the one that they settle down with, and it's like timing is everything, right?
Also, would you feel any differently about your husband if you found out he was a virgin?
Yeah, I mean, I like
I would feel like that person
like now, because I'm pretty sure no, but no, like we were friends before we started dating, and I kind of liked the fact that he was a man whore in college. It like did something for me. Like it showed me that
you got to lock down it just for yourself. You won. You won the game.
Exactly.
Hold on. I want to talk about double standards really quick. Do men feel the same way? No. If a man locks down a woman that everybody else had, does he feel the same way?
No.
Isn't that fucked up?
Like, you made a hoe a housewife, yada yada yada.
Yeah. Y'all agree? Y'all agree with that?
I feel like that's bullshit.
Y'all do agree? But that's just the law.
I actually want to ask, what are some double standards, guys, that like really bother y'all? Like, what if, as a woman, you know, like I'm sure everybody hears double standards in society all day long. I'll start over here. What is one thing? Each of y'all just think of one thing that's a double standard that you're just like, I hate this shit. This is so annoying.
I mean, something that's really annoying to me is when, especially as a woman in like their own business, pretty much. And having to make executive moves and executive calls and pull strategy and tactics, and being told I'm in my masculine
energy.
that shit is exhausting. I'm trying to make fucking money, bitch. Like, who else is going to do it for me, huh?
But it's
Wait. Are you
okay,
in your
though.
masculine at work, or are you in your masculine at home?
Like, I'm in my masculine at work.
So the person that complained to you was at work and said she's in her masculine at work. This is annoying because that sounds weird.
That's weird as fuck.
I can understand if you came home and a guy was like, "Yo, I understand you make a lot of money," but
to her that's
it's not even that. Somebody will ask me for advice on their fucking outfit, and it'll be in public because they're trying to be cute. Like, oh, you're a fashion designer. Do I look cute? And then I'm over here like, the fabric is cheap, the color is wrong, the cut is wrong on the pant, and on top of that, your hair color, it makes you look like a dead corpse walking. Like,
and like girls would be like, "Man, you're masculine. Like, what the fuck?"
It's not just women, but men who feel hurt by my
because they're
honesty.
threatened by it. You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
I'm over here, like, I'm coming from 15 years of knowledge, baby. I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. If I was, you would jump off of a bridge.
Those are some sensitive ass people. Wait, so what's a double standard for you? You would say that, like, if you could think of one.
I would just say that women have to just like do so much more to be like attractive. I mean, we already are more attractive than y'all, but y'all like need to step up. That's all I'm saying. For the most part, generally.
Can you give me like an example of that though? Like what do you mean? I'm just kind of confused.
You gotta upkeep
like
more?
You just have to upkeep more? Yeah,
I don't. Well, see, I don't even mind all of that. My whole thing is even without us upkeeping more, I feel like we just like I don't know. I'm just saying,
it's harder.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's hard to be a woman.
I just mean like we're just a lot more attractive, and y'all should,
try to be attractive. So like
the thing is, look, I can't even really talk shit because historically I've not necessarily gone for looks, so I can't even really talk shit.
Oh yeah, that is true. I'm her best friend. I was her maid of honor, and I can totally attest to that.
Be quiet. Be quiet right now.
So you're saying that like attraction is better, or like guys should focus on that, and like that's kind of like a double standard to you. But could we show that like there is proof of why attraction is such a big deal for women though? For thousands of years, like since y'all lose eggs after a certain point, like basically like you hit like a certain time, and then after your first period, it's just like slowly eggs are diminishing over time. Beauty was an exact way to tell fertility for hundreds of thousands of years. There was no way to tell if this, because I mean, when we weren't even keep tracking of age, when we were literally monkey people like Homo erectus 300,000 years ago, there was no way of like keeping track of that type of shit. It was like, oh, she's young and beautiful, I can impregnate that. So our monkey brains still teach us as men, oh, she's beautiful, she's gonna make me beautiful children. She's gonna have me, because also health is actually also a sign of beauty. Like the more beautiful, more symmetrical somebody is, that means their health, their DNA, everything is super healthy. So it's like that's why we really give a shit about beauty. Y'all didn't have to have those type of worries because y'all are the vulnerable sex, okay? Y'all are extremely vulnerable. We have to protect y'all, okay? That's how it has for all of history been, that we have to protect women. Because if y'all weren't protected after you had a baby 100,000 years ago, you were going to die. Mm-hmm. There was nothing to protect you from nature except for a man and what we built around you. So because of that, y'all have to have that perfect beauty, but as men, we're disposable. We might go and hunt a cougar and fucking die, at 28 years old, and you're still alive to take care of our child, but we're gone. Okay, our beauty doesn't matter. That's not going to make sure that like we're going to kill the cougar. But what does matter for y'all is y'all care about a guy with a wide shoulder to hip ratio. It's 1.8. It's 1.8 ratio of shoulders to hips, because that shows that he's capable. He's a man that can throw a spear, can fucking do shit. Another thing that's funny, if y'all. One of my favorite facts that I just read recently, I can't remember the book, but it was really good. It's called the ape that created the universe. And in this book, he was talking about how like for a long time, the reason why like hunting was such a big deal and like all that stuff is because whenever a guy brought home a big thing that he killed or something like that, that was enough food, not just for you and your family, but also the whole tribe. So it was a status thing. And guess what? They didn't even have to do it. It was more efficient to kill squirrels. We can work out the math and see that it was way more efficient for men to do other things. They literally went and got those big trophy hunts. It was all just a status. It was all social status. It was all a way of showing I'm the top in this fucking village. I'm the best. I'm feeding all y'all motherfuckers. and I was the one that killed this thing. I threw the spear fucking perfect from
You
50
guys
yards
haven't
away.
evolved much, have you?
Yeah, no. Well, like status has just changed a little bit, but for a long time, man, that's how our status was based around. Because think about it, now we can like accumulate resources, money, and put it in a 401k, and it gets even bigger. Back then, the only way you had resources was you
could provide.
basically like your 401k or your savings was in the people around you. It was way different because you invested in all of them, and then they invested back into you. It was way different back then. Yeah, but back to the question. My bad. For you, what is wait, what was the original question?
Double standards.
Oh yeah, double standards.
So
What's a double standard?
Real quick though, after this, I have something that I want to ask the ladies right after this round.
I got you. Yeah, what's a double standard that you think is stupid?
I would say the same thing, honestly, with the beauty standards. Women definitely have to do a lot more. They have to put in those efforts. Guys, they could just wake up, look nice, like.
And I would actually
so
argue,
different.
like, y'all don't even have to do a lot. But what happens is a lot of y'all end up getting to 30, 35. And this is the problem. So if you found a really amazing guy at, say, 20, 21, 22, 23, when you're at your peak beauty, okay, and natural beauty, I'm not talking like, because obviously you can peak your beauty at 30 by getting a BBL and tits done and all this stuff. But say at like your natural beauty at 20, 21, 22, 23, and you miss out on opportunities with those 30-year-old millionaires, those guys that were old enough where they were serious, but then also you're like, oh, I don't like older men or whatever it is, so you pass up on it. And then you get to 30, 31, and the guys that you're trying to date that are also 30, 31, 32, 33, because you're like, I want to date people my age. And you try to date them, and you realize, oh, they're dating girls that are like 21, 22, 23, and they have big asses and tits. I'm going to go get a BBL now. I'm going to go get my tits done now. I'm going to go get my lips done. So I can compete with 21-year-olds. So most of these girls that go and get all that stuff done and they're trying to do that, y'all are just trying to compete with the younger women, and you don't have to compete. If you're smart, you don't have to compete.
Women and men peak at different times, and that's just the thing, that you're going to meet this man when you're in your 20s or something, you know, like you're 24. Okay, you might meet a man and he's like, honey, I don't want to get married. That's just a paper. We don't need that. Da 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 da. And he's going to get you pregnant and you're going to have his baby. And then by the time you are 35 years old and he's 37, he's fucking sexy as hell. He's goddamn George Clooney, and
he has more money.
And you're fucking Big Bertha. You know what I mean? Because you let yourself go. And so he leaves you, and he's out there with the fucking sexiest bitches. You know what I mean? Yada, 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 and attracting all of these women because he's wealthy. He's established. He has all of this going on for himself, and you're fucked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she knows right there, man.
I date older anyway.
Good.
So, yeah, because I think there is that balance and everything.
Yeah, if we look at the studies, it's like 60% of men in the 20 or in the 19 to 30 bracket are single. 60%.
Wow.
Like, but
crazy.
Yeah, so there's like a huge chunk of guys like in that generation that aren't getting any, because those girls in that generation, the girls in between 19 and 30 are dating up.
Yeah.
They're dating. If they're not dating up, then they're at least fucking up. They're at least fucking those guys.
We're fucking up.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, not like that. What's a double standard for you say?
First of all, I was fucking ugly when I was 24. I just want to make that very obvious. So yes, people do peak at different times. But I forgot what the question was.
So double standard. What's a double standard that like you don't like?
Yeah, I was so stuck on that. I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about when you were talking about like the big kills, whatever. It made me think of like penguins because they bring rocks to impress the female penguins, and I think that's
like an engagement ring.
Yeah, it is.
So
anyway,
yeah.
So I was
double standard.
Double standard. Thank you. Okay, so the one that annoys me is like the like how, I mean, you guys already talked about it, like older men dating younger women, but when an older woman wants to date a younger guy, it's like
it's not a problem. No,
it is
she can
for
do it.
Society,
you can do it.
No,
like,
nobody
really?
gets on the women for doing that. There's
They
tons
do.
of cougars
They
women.
call
Kim
them
Kardashian.
cougars.
I know, but
What
even
do you
I think it's
call-
weird, and I
What do
date
you call a
younger
guy?
men.
That's hot.
What do you call a guy who dates a younger woman?
A
Like
creep. He gets called a perp and a creep.
Right.
My point
I
is,
get older, they stay the same age.
like what we love, Matthew.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Donnie.
Like my whole point, my case in point is we have a name for it for women, and they're fucking cougars. Like
That's
is
a
no
that's a
name.
really good
pedophiles.
term. That's a
There's
really good name.
No, it's not.
That's like
No,
endearing.
what? No. We
It
call him a
means-
cradle robber. There's definitely names for it. Like, there's always been names for guys that did it.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Not as
it's
not
just
as
called cradle
prevalent-
robber and stuff
not
like that.
as prevalent as cougar.
I'm telling you. Well, I mean, you're just as old as me. Like, you know, in the 90s,
That's
cradle
hot.
robber was like the biggest thing.
That's
like,
hot. I
like,
don't
they
know
call
one
people
guy
cradle
that
robbers
doesn't
all the
like
time.
cougars. What the fuck?
Yeah, but they don't want to like marry cougars.
Yeah,
say
so
what
what?
you have.
Short-term, long-term dating strategies. Go.
Yeah.
Well, why would you waste your time on that as a cougar? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not
Right, true,
dating
true.
to just be fucking or just for fun. Like,
That's why the double standard exists. That's why it exists.
Yeah. So what's the double standard to you?
A double standard for me. I don't really know. I don't know. That's
You like the double standards? They're okay.
No, I mean, I probably agree with you about the dating and like the age gap difference thing. Because even in my own mind,
I got you.
oops, thanks.
I got you.
Even in my own mind, I think it's okay for like me to like when I dated the guy that was older than me, like he's 11 years older than me. I was like, that's no big deal. You keep telling me we're different generations. I'd be like, bitch, no, we're not. Chill out, grandpa. You know what I mean?
It's
he
really
always
not.
acted like I'm so much older than you, and I'd be like, you're literally not.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Like
that
we
big a
watched the
difference.
same cartoons growing up. We're good, but like now, like when I go out, like when men approach me, like they're young. They're young. I'm like, I need to see some identification, sir. And no, denied.
I'll say one just for you guys.
Yeah.
Men can market themselves for business. Women cannot.
I mean, I agree with that too. And you know what? Okay, so I don't know if you guys notice I have tattoos on my face. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But this one over here says Divine Feminine. And that's just because like I'm kind of obsessed with that the last couple of years because I feel like I've always been in my masculine energy, and I've had people point it out to me, like this guy the other day, we were walking down the sidewalk and he got on this side of me and I was like, don't do that. Get back over here. Like, don't. Like it just pissed me the fuck off and I don't even know why. Probably because I don't like him and I don't respect him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you're faking.
I want to ask really quick, like, why do y'all think? Everybody just kind of answer if you have an answer to this. Like, why do y'all think there are double standards in society? Like, why is there so many? Like, we only named a few, but why are there so many double standards? Like, can you explain why? Anybody explain
trying
why?
to find the balance.
Huh?
But
You think everybody's trying to find the balance?
That's the Libra in me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, so the reason why there's tons of double standards is because we're completely
Society's
different.
norms. Yeah.
Well, no.
No,
Men and women are hyper different. Like from birth, we can look at the neurons of our brains. We're extremely different. So there's tons of double standards because there's tons of things that a guy could do that is completely. It's not going to be nearly even mentally.
Ooh, I
it's not
have
the
a good
same.
one. What about the fact that like a lot of women can't they feel like they can't be a woman anymore. Like they have to be like this, like go-getter and this hustler and this provider and like this strong, badass female. You know what I mean? Like at this point in my life, I'm fucking tired. I'm tired of that shit. Like I'm over it. Like I want to be at home in my soft girl era. Like I want to wake up in the morning and have a leisurely morning and go have fucking lunch with the ladies. You know what I'm saying? And then drive my fucking stupid ass $300,000 car. It doesn't have to be that, but you know what I mean? Drive my car, go grocery shopping, come home, do laundry, clean my fucking house, fuck my husband when he comes home, feed him dinner, and go to bed.
What would you tell your 21-year-old version of yourself to get that type of guy?
Why would I tell my 20 to stop selling fucking drugs, stop being an idiot?
All right.
That's another one though. Like, how would you find that guy if you could? Like, I mean, do you even know what to do?
No. I'm still trying to figure that shit the fuck out.
But like, if you were younger and you were at like your
my
peak, that
masculine energy, and it's hard for me.
You think it's your masculine energy that like keeps you from that?
Yes.
1,000%. Guys,
yes.
what
That's
do y'all?
why I've never had a sugar daddy because they look at me and they're like, "That bitch got it. She's good."
I want to ask really. I want to ask really quick. Do y'all like just go around the table? Would y'all consider yourselves more masculine or more feminine for yourself personally?
I'd say that I'm a happy balance of both.
Balance of both.
Especially with like myself, I grew up a semi-professional ballerina, retired at 17 while at the same time doing kickboxing, and that was a happy balance of both.
Right.
I was fucking angry being a ballerina. Shit, there was a lot of shit to be pissed off about in that catty ass girl environment.
Right.
It's fake as fuck.
Do you
I
have any
want to hit
brothers?
something. Yes, I do, but I'm the eldest, so.
You're the eldest. How old are your brothers? Or I mean, not how old. How many brothers do you have?
2.
Did you come from 2-parent household or single-parent household?
2-parent household.
And they never divorced or anything?
Oh no, they did.
Oh, but then they remarried?
No.
Okay, so
what age were you?
Yeah, like how old were you when they divorced?
5-ish.
5-ish?
They co-parented.
But like neither one went and remarried? Or did they at least just get new? I'm guessing they just dated or something?
My mother, she remarried and had her second husband. They divorced. And then my father, he passed away, unfortunately, before he could marry my stepmother, but I have a very fantastic relation with her. Oh, it's fine.
No.
It was an
Rest in
accident.
peace.
It's okay. I wasn't like questioned as a murder suspect, so I can't complain.
Good.
I wanted to ask, when it comes to, you know, the masculine and femininity for you, which one do you think is like the stronger one in you?
Definitely more feminine.
More feminine, you think? Married. What do you think?
I would say definitely more feminine, but I know that I can be both.
You know, you can be both. Sometimes that masculinity comes out. What do you think you are more?
I'm very feminine.
Oh yeah, wifey, huh?
Okay, so I am definitely more feminine. I'm definitely a woman. I love being a woman. I love everything about it. You know what I'm saying? But I think people have to understand that sometimes as a woman, when you have a lot of masculine energy, it's not because you choose to. It's a survival tactic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm an orphan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have parents. My mother died when I was 9 years old. And at the same time, I felt like, who the fuck is going to teach me how to be a woman? You know what I'm saying? I had to figure that shit out on my own.
You had to step
you know,
up into
and
masculine energy.
exactly,
Yeah.
you know, and I've had to always take care of myself, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I've never let go of my feminine qualities. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know how to take care of myself, how to groom myself, how to act like a lady. You know, I know proper etiquette. I know things like that. It's a no-brainer.
Somebody's in trouble. I'm just kidding, man. But no, I totally see that, and like that's so it's crazy that you said that, because one of the biggest things that, like, I argue with these guys in this red pill space so much, and the biggest thing that they like hate about women sometimes is they're just like, well, they just they hate the masculine energy, and like the thing is, they just think that you're that way because y'all chose it. Like they straight up think that every woman that is super hyper masculine or something, oh, it's because she's just a whore and she slept around a bunch. It's like, no, you could have had it from the start. You could have had, you know, trauma. You could have been adopted. You like, as soon as you're forced into a workforce, you're forced into a type A personality.
And you know what? Another thing is, there's no good female role models. Who'd you have to look up to that if you had to?
My grandmother.
Besides that, that's a whole generation.
No, but you know what I mean? That's my grandma. Like, from the point when my mother died, you know, and I lived with my grandmother, she was no longer my grandmother. She was a mother, and it was like a different dynamic, and it was weird. And
who's the pop icons, though? Who's the pop icon?
Oh, in society?
Right,
I mean, Britney fucking Spears, because I'm that old, you know, shit like that. You know, Beyonce.
Who'd y'all have as role models, female role models in pop culture?
My role model is actually Joan Jett, and she didn't give a fuck. She was who she was, and take it or leave it.
Who was that?
Joan Jett.
She's one of the most iconic female guitarists from like the late 70s and 80s.
I'll listen to her later. All right.
What about you? What do you think?
Honestly, gotta agree with Britney Spears.
Are you
I was
serious?
obsessed.
I love that bitch when she cut her hair off.
Paris Hilton. Okay.
Paris Hilton. What do you think?
Marilyn Monroe. And
Wow. I'm not surprised by either one of those for some reason.
What about you, Serge?
Who's my biggest inspiration?
For males.
Definitely like Michio Kaku and Neil deGrasse Tyson were like the biggest people for me. Those are two big astrophysicists. They were huge to me when I was like 14, 15 years old. I was obsessed with
like some badass fucking scientist, some guy that's changing the world.
Right.
Yeah. Modern women.
Yeah, no,
let's go.
What was yours, Johnny? Who was your inspiration?
Man, Mike Tyson, you know, Muhammad Ali, these guys, you know.
He's a boxer, so of course
I think actually, like, my actual inspiration, you know, I mean, I was just like naming people that were like popular at the time I was growing up, but like I was kind of obsessed with like Maya Angelou. I got to meet her when I was younger.
Oh, that's pretty cool, actually.
Like, you know,
it actually changes your life when you meet people like that.
And then I also saw Pavarotti when I was 19, and that changed my fucking life. That was a Pretty Woman experience, and it was the coolest shit ever.
No, it
was amazing. It really was.
I wanted to just like, you know, kind of like teach a little, I guess, right here. But first, I got to ask, you know, we brought up earlier, do y'all think that men see cheating as different, you know? And I wanted y'all to understand that men really do see cheating as different. And this is something that's like really argued against. And just to give an example, shout out to you. Would y'all ever give up your Instagrams for your man? Is like, and we're not going to say you make money with your Instagram. We're going to say that you don't make money with it, or you make less than 10 grand a year and he makes 150 grand a year. So that 10 G's doesn't matter.
Yes.
Right. So would you give that
negligible?
You know, would you give your Instagram for him?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would?
No.
That's wild.
I already knew she was going to say it.
If that makes him feel comfortable and I'm in a position where I'm not marketing and making money off of it, then yes.
Yeah.
Wait, so if you were making money, how much money would
be enough?
Yeah, would be enough
for you to be like, I'm not giving this up.
Yeah,
I mean,
like 50K a year.
Like half of what he's making, a quarter of what he's making, 75%.
At least making someone's salary per year off of it. Yeah.
Well, you could make someone's salary with 60K.
And this economy, I'm going with 20. You know what I mean?
Basic like 30, 40K.
30, 40K.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's crazy.
And you know what's crazy about saying that? So like, I was looking at that the other day, and like, there's a shit ton of like girls in an OnlyFans bracket that's that much. Like there's a like it's like one of the highest brackets is like that amount of money, and it's crazy because there's a bunch of girls flexing out here like they're killing it. And so it's like, really, you're making $30,000 a year to show your butthole for $5.99? Like
literally.
Like, what do you think?
So, since I'm agency represented, I don't really get booked through Instagram or anything like that. It wouldn't be a big deal to me, but it would also be something where I'd be like, do you want to talk about why that makes you feel uncomfortable?
You want to hear why?
Because I don't post anything crazy on there, so.
Yeah.
So.
What do you think?
Even though I'm going through like a rebrand with my Instagram, I'm over here a designer, and I just use that to just express my creativity and just the love of making something and somebody enjoying it or drawing inspiration from it themselves. So, like, I'm over here, like, I make custom pieces, and those, I'm sorry, honey, it's gonna make some fucking money. So, no, I'm not gonna give it up.
Let's go in an imaginary world where, like, you
it's-
weren't making money with it. Like, that's why I was saying, like, say it's
like,
just a thing where you're
if
making
you're
no
really
money.
that insecure and I'm not posting myself, I'm gonna judge you, but I'm gonna
Oh,
cancel it.
why the sign language? Why the same
Like-
little deal?
Entrepreneur got your bitch.
Why, why does the guy have to be insecure? For
What if
saying
he
that?
has a?
Because,
What
like,
if he?
if I'm not posting myself, if I'm posting on a mannequin, something that I made, and you're that fucking insecure,
Well, no,
even
that's
if
what-
I'm
that-
not in the goddamn
No, that's why I'm
picture, like,
asking.
yeah.
That's why I'm asking you specifically. Say you don't make money with your Instagram. You live in a whole different world where you're not making money. off your Instagram
Even
at all.
if I'm not saying this is for sale, because a lot of things I make I don't sell.
Oh, I'm not.
because
We're gonna
I'm
live in a
selfish.
world where you're not making anything. You're not doing
doing any
anything like that.
marketing or
Like,
anything.
put yourself in a whole different reality where you work at Target or
Like,
something.
That's
And you're
that's
not-
what
no,
I'm
you're
saying.
not that.
I understand that, and I'm saying even though I would be still using it for self-expression.
She's saying he's insecure.
And just showing my creativity on something abstract, not even myself.
I know, but that's why I keep
Like-
asking you, because like you're trying to personalize it. I don't want you to personalize it
Well-
because I understand what type of person you are. You
Well,
like to
it's
do
hard
craft.
not
You like to do that type of
It's
stuff.
hard not to personalize it because it's going to be different for each woman.
I know, and that's why we asked everybody. But I'm just saying, go into an imaginary world, just an imaginary world. You're not who you are. You're getting married. This is a whole different universe. Okay, you're getting married to this guy, and you don't. You're actually he's a millionaire. He makes so much money. He can buy you the Bentley. Okay, he's the perfect guy in every way, shape, and form in this other universe. Okay, in this other universe, you want a family. You want all this type of stuff. It's completely different than how you feel in this universe.
What's
Okay.
the point of answering the question
But-
if she's not her?
Because it's a example. Okay, so like say you were in that whole world. Okay, would you want to then give it up because you're not using it for anything? We're gonna say you're not the person who you are. You're a completely different person.
I understand.
It's not would you want to, it's would you or not. If he
Yeah,
asks you.
it's a yes or no question. You don't gotta act like a lawyer and like steer it
Yeah.
off. You can just say
I'm
yes or
not
no.
trying to
It's fine,
lawyer it up. I understand it, but it's hard for me because I'm so set in myself as a person to take myself out of my own individuality.
It's an example.
Yeah, it's an example, but it's an example that doesn't apply to me, so I'm not going to answer.
All right. Well,
All right,
we're missing
no.
each other. We're
No,
just missing each other.
Yeah. No, she already answered too. No, but the whole point of me like asking these type of things is that like we're trying to dig deep and see, will you die on this hill? And you basically just really died on that hill. You would never give up your Instagram for a guy. And like the thing is, that's fine if you have
But
that.
I'm showing
Shouldn't
my
have to.
art.
I know, but here's the thing. Like, but once again, I'm not even in the same
Why
world as you
would
because
it-
I was giving. Hold on, we're not even. We're talking past each other because you're saying from a personal stance. and
Well,
once
like,
again, I was
why
not.
would it
Why are you
matter?
interrupting? I'm still talking. So I was telling you, you keep talking from a personal stance. I was giving you a whole different world scenario. Like, stop trying to take it personal. Nobody's taking it personal but you. Stop taking it personal. It's a whole different world scenario, okay? And like, if you don't want to do the scenario, that's fine. But what I just proved is that you will die on that hill, even for your art or whatever. You want to take it personal? Yeah, for you personally, you would die on the hill, and you would too. You want to keep it. But the thing is, guys see loyalty different than women. We are not the same. How I see loyalty is I don't want no other fucking men around you at all. Not even the opportunity of a guy to be able to DM you. Okay?
Right.
People don't like that stuff because for thousands of years, I couldn't tell if the baby was mine. There was no test. We just got these tests 40, 50 years ago to make sure that when you're pregnant, that's my baby.
And that's the work of the devil.
But guess what? We can't do that fucking 100,000 years ago. 1,000 years ago, we couldn't do that. So we really give a fuck about loyalty. That's why we like virgins. That's why women with high body counts are whores. That's why all this horrible double standards that everybody doesn't like today. But it's all for a reason, a biological reason. And you just shamed a man. You just said that's self or that's a
Insecure.
that's insecure. And it's not insecure. It's actually called mate guarding. Every man for all of history has always wanted to protect women from other men because men are dangerous. You know that we killed off 7 other species of hominoids? We killed off 7 others. Homo sapiens did. We are violent as fuck. Violent as fuck. The only reason why we're here is because we're killers. Men are extremely dangerous, okay? So if a man doesn't want you having an Instagram with a bunch of random dudes from the internet, this is crazy. 15 years ago, we didn't even fucking put nothing on the internet because it was fear of, I'm going to get robbed when I go on my vacation or any of this shit. Nobody thinks this way anymore. I protect my girl completely from the internet because it's dangerous. Now, can she do any of those things? Yeah, she can. But guess what? She understands that it's dangerous and she doesn't even want to because she understands how dangerous the world is and how dangerous men are today.
Do you know hackers? You know what hackers are?
Yeah.
So hackers can basically find where you live, find where you are, just from you having a social media account.
People share their locations on Snapchat and other things like constantly.
Right.
That's so weird that people do that on Snapchat today.
I know.
Here, hold on. Go ahead.
I never share my location until I'm gone. I never, like, if I'm at a shoot or if I'm at something, I never share my location until I have left.
Do you admit, though, there's some risk, though, associated with putting yourself out there at all?
Yeah, there is, for sure. No, I admit
or at
that,
least risk to relationships.
Right.
It's not even just about risk to yourself.
Which
Risk
is
to the
why,
relationship.
like I said, like I do not put any of my personal life whatsoever.
That's smart. That's
on
smart.
my Instagram.
Yeah.
I barely even post my dog on Instagram.
No, and you had brought up earlier, you know, like purpose and stuff like that. So one of my last things I wanted to ask y'all tonight, you know, is like, what do y'all think your purpose is? You know, like everybody, I feel like kind of maybe knows this. Like, what do you think your purpose is in life?
Well, I don't want to get into spirituality and all that shit, but I know that I'm going to write a book and it's going to be profound.
But yeah, talk about your experiences. What about you?
No.
It's not going to be about your experiences.
No.
It's going to be like a fiction
my
book.
experiences are going to have like shaped like the concept, of course, but not like I don't want to write a fucking book about myself.
What impact is that going to make?
What do you mean? What impact is that going to make?
Like, what are you expecting to make?
I think that it's going to be profound. I think that it's going to be moving, and it's going to be, you know, it's going to be different. You know,
So you want to do fiction or nonfiction?
Nonfiction.
Nonfiction.
Who's the audience?
Every fucking body.
Cool.
No, I was just curious because like, but if it's nonfiction, but it's not about your life, like it's just about like what?
I mean, it's not going to be necessarily like a self-help book, and maybe it will be a fiction book. I don't really know yet. You know what I mean? Like I'm still like I'm a writer.
You really want to write?
I write every fucking day. Like
it's so
I'm really
easy
good
to do
at it.
now.
You know what I mean? I'm like an idiot savant.
Yeah.
Like literally, I'm very good
Anybody
at it.
can make a book now. It's crazy.
I mean, yeah, they can, but nobody. It's like not everybody can make a masterpiece.
Yeah, no, I'm just telling you, it's so cool how because back in the day, in order to make a book was fucking crazy, and now it's like if you have the money, you can do it. What do you think is your purpose?
Can you be a little bit more specific?
That's
in
so
life,
simple.
In life,
yeah, and just like
whatever you want, whatever
you want it to be. It's personal.
I want to, you know, eventually raise my family to be successful, secure people that go on to ultimately, like my purpose is I want them to make a difference.
Go on through perpetuity and make a difference as well.
Yes, and I just want to, I want.
What difference? What type of difference?
Something positive. It doesn't. I mean, I don't have.
You don't want to birth somebody that's a murderer or something.
Like a different, make a difference that way.
Awkward.
Yeah. What do you think? What's your purpose?
For me, I feel like I want to be a light in the world, and I'm actually writing a book as well. Yeah, and it's called Purpose of Perspectives, and the front cover is actually a color wheel, so anyone can look at it and like pertain to whatever color stands out to them or anything. But obviously, in that book, it can't just be my perspective. So I have other people writing other portions of the book who are writing, you know, their stories and what they went through and everything, and they're putting it in there. And
so like based off of that, you know, because you sound like you're really into this, like what do you think your purpose is, you know, like just writing that book, or I mean, you're writing a whole book about purpose.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it.
Like if one of those sections was about you, what would it be about, you think?
So for me, I'm writing about all the things that I've went through, the lessons that I've learned. I want to help other people. I want to be a light to other people, and I want to lead them in the right direction. I'm also very good at connecting with people, and I like bringing people together. So I think connection is really important as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
So, I like it.
that's good. What do you think? What's your purpose?
So for me, at least, just try to help people in my life and help make other people around me happy and help make myself happy. And I don't know, it sounds like super basic, but I mean, I feel like there's so many things that come from that, because it's like, it's part of why I have the job that I have and like different things like that. You know what I mean? So it's not like, you know.
Not that complicated. If you don't mind me asking, are you a mom? No. No? Okay. What about you?
My purpose is to make beautiful things and help people make iconic memories for themselves.
That's good. No, yeah, be the fun one. No, the reason why I like bringing this up. So me personally, if I'm just gonna talk about me, the way like I work, and I would say on a moral level and like a natural, like on a moral law and like a natural law level, like especially on a natural law level, I'm really have a purpose of creating things. As a man, if I made it to 50, 60 years old and say I don't create nothing, say like I just do nothing, I work a 9 to 5 job and I don't really take it serious, I just don't do anything crazy with my life, I might get to 50, 60 and be like, shit, man, I'm really depressed. Like I had so much opportunity in the past, because depression is when you look to the past, and you're going to look to the past and be like, damn, I had so much opportunity when I was 20, 30. I could have built something. I could have made a business. I could have started a family. I could have done so much, like there's so much that I could have built, and I did nothing but just work this 9 to 5 every day. And I didn't do anything special. And that would make me super depressed as a man, because my purpose, like these buildings that y'all see, everything, the streets, that was all built by men that were doing their purpose, which was building things, And I would argue that once again, on a moral and on a natural law level, y'all have a purpose that's very obvious, and that's because y'all can create people. I create things, and women create people, and that's throughout all of history. I can't fucking pop a baby out of my butthole. It's never been like that. So because of those things, I think that a woman is fully in her purpose whenever she has children. And this is why we see women at 40, 50 years old that are, if we look at the like the statistics, the highest or the most depressed stat is single women over the age of 40. We know that the people that are on the most antidepressants are single women over 45. So like when we look at certain things, we start realizing, oh, why is this happening? Why is there so many people depressed at these certain ages and stuff? And it's because we're not living fully in our purpose. And I understand it. It's really hard for a woman to live in her purpose. It's way harder for y'all to live in your purpose than for a guy to.
It's way harder because of social media, distractions, everything. Since y'all are young, is being poisoned. Everything they're telling you is corrupting your mind. It's telling you to over-sexualize yourself. It's telling you to show more skins. It's telling you to do all this, do all that. And it's really bad for you guys. Men, we have it bad too, but for y'all are way more agreeable. Y'all are way more willing to say yes to things. And men are not, so you guys certainly got to work even harder.
You have to learn to say no more.
Right, you guys have to learn how to say no, and that's the thing when we make fun of y'all for fucking the bad boy or fucking a dude that's not good for you. You gotta learn how to just say no. You gotta learn how to
boundaries.
Right.
Discernment is like the biggest thing.
And that comes from God. So if you don't have God, you don't have discernment.
Yeah. If y'all gotta understand, you were never meant to discern. You never, for thousands of years, discerned on your own.
Right.
Your fathers, your uncles, your brothers helped you. And then those men, if they were good men, were looking to God.
Right.
So it's just like there's always been a hierarchy. It's always been God, man, woman, children. And like as soon as we start throwing that hierarchy off and we start putting women above men in certain things, like if we look at people who make the most money in major cities, it's women right now. Graduating from college, 6% women, 40% men. Like this is going to end up causing a giant imbalance where we got a bunch of men that act like bitches,
right,
and a bunch of women that act like men. And like the only way to reverse it is by, we were talking about femininity and masculinity, is falling into your feminine roles. And I would argue, ladies, most of y'all would all be in your feminine role if you met a guy that was truly in his masculine role.
Absolutely.
But there's very small amount of men that are in their masculine role, and then if there was only this many of them and the supply demand was off, bro, how you lock that guy down? You can't.
Where is he?
You can't lock him down. He has so many options because he's that guy. It's impossible.
So you got to do even more. It's crazy because
it's hard for y'all.
Girls are doing the opposite. They're showing more skin. They're putting themselves out there. You got to do the opposite. You got to be even more modest, even more humble, even show more humility. You got to do more shit like that to get attraction now, because now all the girls are going this way. Before, yeah, maybe there's that one girl that was popping off, Marilyn Monroe and all that. I get all that. Maybe a lot of guys would want to wife her up. But when you're talking about, this generation, I mean, you got to go the opposite way. You got to be more modest. I mean, that's what turns me on, is a girl that's like really modest, not showing, and because she can. It's the same thing. If a guy has the capacity for violence but chooses not to enact it, it's the same thing.
Or isn't it sexy if a guy is a millionaire and he's a millionaire, he has all this money, but you see him still driving a Jeep or a regular car? Like y'all know deep down, like, man, that guy's a safe bet. He is a fucking smart dude. He's not like all these other fucking people. Same with us. Modesty is on both sides. And there's ways of showing modesty in multiple ways. Instagram, like there's a lot of ways that you can show modesty. It's not just in what you wear. Right. Modesty is multi-layered.
How you act, it's everything.
The things you say, how you say it.
What you believe. I mean, there's a lot of Man, I'll get into it later.
But ladies, like the whole point of like the reason why I call this purple pill pod is because like purple pill is like the red pill space is like the online space where everybody tries to say all these facts, like all this evolutionary psychology stuff, and it's all these facts and stuff. But purple pill is like being in a relationship while knowing these things. And most people they learn this stuff and it's like, I fucking hate this. I can't believe how everything is. It's like, no, you use these tools like a tool belt. And you take a tool off when you need it, so then you can fix an issue that you have in your life at a moment. It's not a straitjacket. All these things that I've been saying, especially if any of them were quotes from like Dr. David Buster or anything, they're just facts. It's not saying this is what you should do. This is what is. And then now that you know what is, you can do what the fuck you want with that. You can be like, okay, well, now that I know that men act like this, I'm going to start choosing these type of guys. Or now that, or as a guy, it's like, oh, now that I know that women are sleeping around like this, I'm going to make sure to choose a woman that's like this because I've bad experiences. We're all just trying to
I can
travel through trauma.
guarantee you and every other man out there that 99% of women want to act feminine. Like we want to be in our feminine, selves and our, at home or with our man, and certain things. I mean, like, can you still have a career and be successful and be feminine? Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I mean? But most of us like want to have that. We want to have, like 2.5 kids, cute dog and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But y'all got to stop acting like bitches. You stop acting like a bitch. Stop acting like a bitch. You say it's not your fucking job to bring out, the feminine qualities in a woman. It's not my job, to fucking punk the bitch in you and bring out the man. It's not. You know what I'm saying? Like
I just want you to know though, punking the bitch out the man just never works though. Just so you know.
I know, but there shouldn't be any bitch in you for me to punk. You know what I mean?
But like the biggest, but that's why discernment's so good. The second you see that red flag that shows that he's not that man, walk away because you're gonna have to punk his ass.
You know what a lot of guys tell me? They're like, oh, like it's so hot, you're so independent, it's so attractive. I'm so independent and it's attractive. Okay, but like later on when you get mad, you're gonna be like, "Oh, you're a fucking masculine bitch."
Those guys are lying when they say that. Like guys lie like crazy just to make y'all happy sometimes, and they will say stuff like that. Ladies, if y'all are ever wondering, because the guy's like, "Oh, I love it, independent. I love a woman who gets her back and stuff." That is the weakest shit I've ever heard. Like it literally, that is a sign that guy has no ability, or he doesn't believe in his own ability that he's going to become a fucking badass one day. Because guys who know that they're going to become a millionaire, they know that they have the grit and the drive to go and change the world or do whatever. They are not going to sit there and try to find a girl that's going to match them in certain things.
I think that these guys are confused about, like what the difference is between manliness and masculinity.
Well, I'll tell you what it is as a personal level. I thought I was capped out a few years, like probably about 5-6 years ago. I thought I was capped out about $150,000 to $200,000 a year. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to make more than this. Like, I don't know how I can build the system up to make more money. I need to find a girl that makes about the same as me and we'll get a mansion together. Like it was like my only way to get the goals that I want was through that. But really, that was a loser mentality. The real mentality was, you know what? I'm only making this year, but I'm going to fucking double it next year. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to do whatever it takes. So I'm scared of guys that come at it with that attitude because it's just I suck and I'm not going to get better attitude. I would avoid those guys like the plague, guys.
Yeah, Donnie had a question.
Yeah, no, I gotta wrap. We're gonna wrap it up, guys. I just got a last question, really quick. Ladies, did you like? What'd you think of the show? Would you come back? And did anything resonate? Was there anything that you're like that was kind of cool or that was kind of lame? Start with you.
Oh yeah, I like it. It's fun. Shit, I like talking about shit.
Yeah, you never done a podcast before?
No.
Oh yeah.
No. I talk too much, so it's nice. I enjoy it.
You're entertaining.
Yeah. That's what podcasts are for. Yeah, no, good job.
I feel like it's healthy having conversations, even as as it can be sometimes, like certain pinpoints of things. But overall, like I think it's cool.
Honestly, like one of my biggest things I talk about is like don't shoot the messenger, and like all these things I'm saying, I don't look like a doctor. I'm not a 60-year-old that did all these studies across the 37 cultures like Dr. David Buss did. I'm not Marty Hazelton, the chick that fucking wrote a book literally on y'all's hormones called Hormonal that explains your hormones from start to finish every month of why you think things and why you do certain things and stuff. I'm not that person, okay? Don't sit here and just take my word for this shit. I gladly will send you the links for you to go listen to these audiobooks or read these books by these people because they're actually like these are people that are professors and they like work at colleges and shit. Like they're way smarter than I am. Like don't take like when it comes to evolutionary psychology, don't sit there and listen to everybody on the internet and stuff like that. Go read those source books. They're amazing. Like they have all changed my life. Like there's another one called Alpha God by Hector Garcia. Amazing book. Like if y'all check these things out, not only are you going to learn more about yourself, but you're going to learn about the men that y'all want to talk to. And like I said, this is a tool belt. It's not a straitjacket. If we say men are whores that are at the top bracket, we're not saying that all men. It's not a straitjacket. It's not all men are fucking whores at the top bracket. It's like, no, your percentage chance is just way lower at finding a normal, like a guy that's not a whore at that bracket. You know, it's not. Don't ever take these things as like it's just so when you go on a date with those guys, you can take that tool out and you say, okay, I know he might fucking ghost me if I fuck him tonight. You know, like you just have to like have you know you gotta understand each other for you to be able to date each other correctly. And like the thing is, we used to really understand each other, y'all. Like fuck it, it's only the past 10, 15, 20 years that we all got confused as fuck.
Shit's more complicated.
Yeah, but 50, 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 1,000 years ago, dude, religion, all this stuff. If you just read Ephesians and Corinthians
earliest form of mind control.
Corinthians, Ephesians, and fuck, I can't think of the other one. But like, if you literally just read those two books, I can't think of the other one, not Psalms, but the other big Proverbs. If you just read those 3 books seriously, there's all the prescriptions of how to take care of relationships, how to be good with people, like how to have be married and stuff. The best prescriptions are in the Bible.
Amen.
Like you don't have to like sit there and be complicated about this shit. You don't. Yeah, woo! You don't have to sit there and go talk to your friends and go talk to your mom and go talk to the. Nah, the Bible got the best prescriptions, and if you need the best description, the why or like what it actually is, the description of the world, go read the EVO-PSYCH books. That's a description of everything, and then read just those 3 books of the Bible, and you'll know exactly how to fix all the problems.
It's crazy because I actually believe in like the biblical like version of marriage and what it should be, even though I don't believe in Christianity.
Oh yeah, no, and like, guys, I'm not even a giant Christian, but I will push it as hard as I can because it is the best. Like Jesus is king, and like if you don't know it, I'm telling y'all from a scientific basis. Proverbs if you don't believe 30. In Jesus, you just need to go look at the science behind it, and you will realize that Jesus is king. You just need to look at the science. What about you though? What would would you come back?
Sure.
And did anything resonate? Anything cool? Did you like anything about the show so I can repeat it next time?
I like
It's okay if you didn't like anything.
Honestly, I'm in shock because this is the first time I've ever done some bullshit like
that. Yeah,
it's
fine.
I don't know. I like all of it.
It's fine. What about you? What did you think of the show? Did would you come back and did anything resonate?
It was all right. Just like sometimes are a little loud. But I'm also a little quiet, so maybe that's why. But also,
we gotta turn our headset down.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Alyssa.
Anyways, I mean, it was good. I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm really tired. I have a flight in the morning, so I'm just like, hang on.
No, thank you so much, though.
Appreciate it for coming.
No, thank you. What about you?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I liked how everyone let everyone speak, and despite difference of perspectives and everything, we all could have cordial conversations and be mutually understanding and everything. So
no, good job, guys.
Yeah.
Usually I'm a lot meaner, but I was tame tonight. How about you?
I thought you came at me for a couple times.
Hey, no, I was so soft.
Dude,
trust me.
Today was like different. This is a different surgery.
You've seen me mean, yeah.
No, I'm joking. I'm just gonna block you from my Instagram.
I was scared. I was low-key scared.
No, I had fun just like last time. It's interesting to see how the conversations change when there are like different people. So I see why you do that. So that's cool. And I'll be back if you have me back.
Of course, I'm always gonna want you to come back because I think the chat likes you, and you understand. I really like people with experience, especially marriage experience. I'm trying to get people married. Like I'm trying to get these girls relationships. So I really do like it. Every time you come back, I really appreciate it because if we don't like try to peel some layers back and like pull out some good things here and stuff, like how is people gonna fix these issues? Right. You're not. But yeah, what about you?
I mean, I enjoy it. I'm saying I like to be able that there's different people here from different walks of life and people that I don't usually associate with or have in my immediate circle, and it's different perspective. I think it's healthy.
No, thank you so much. Are you going to come back?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much. No, thank you. And bro, why don't you just do a last shout out, before we end?
Yeah, guys, follow me on Instagram, Gotta See Johnny. Make sure you follow the Purple Pill Podcast on Purple Pill Pod TX on Instagram. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're going to be coming out with a lot more content. We're going to be doing a emergent value series where Sergio's going to be dropping some bombs, some nuggets on the things that he knows. I'm going to be coming on, dropping some nuggets on the things that I know in marketing, media, and sales. So y'all stay tuned. This show is going to get a lot different, a lot better, and you guys deserve it. You guys have been holding it down the last 11 months. The next 11, the next 12 is going to be even better.
Yeah, guys, y'all have no idea how much value. y'all literally have no idea what we've been working on, guys. Like, I realized that I've been holding a lot from y'all. A lot of my life, a lot of things I've done, the successes, the failures, and we're about to start bringing it to y'all and really showing y'all what makes people successful. What makes the difference between a wantrepreneur and an entrepreneur, guys. We're going to turn y'all from entrepreneurs into entrepreneurs. So please make sure you're checking out those daily shows, guys, that Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5 o'clock, guys. 5 o'clock CST. But no, thank y'all so much, guys, for coming. Like the video on y'all's way out. Donnie, shout out to you, bro. Best producer.
Shout out Donnie, baby.
Shout out to Refined Randy, because I see him in the chat. Michael Metroke, Law of Attraction, Zorro. Shout out to all y'all, bro. Thank y'all for coming. Ladies, I really appreciate y'all for coming. This was fucking, man, it's such a beautiful panel. Like, we don't have a lot of them like this. I bet the chat or like our viewers are actually going to be like, wow, there's so many pretty girls, because they roast me all the time and think that I only bring on ugly girls. It's like, fuck y'all. We got pretty girls tonight, assholes. But yeah, I'll see y'all later, guys. We'll see you on Friday. I got a fire show for y'all on Friday and a fire pre-show. But yeah, I'll see y'all then, man. Peace out.
What? Toodaloo, motherfucker.